Let's open with that. That was good.
No, don't open with that.
That was perfect.
You heard that,
Dillon.
Rosebud?
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing this, man.
Good to have you.
Love being here.
I know you're a busy guy.
Not really, but
No?
well, it's you work a lot, and then there's lots of hours of not working.
Yeah.
That's that's what we all do, I think.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
like it. I like to
Yeah.
go hard and then just really veg out.
Right.
Get a
Yeah.
Whataburger and a nice steak.
That's right.
You eat high end.
We do well. We do decently well. We were at the stand last night. A lot of hospitality there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, the
they,
food.
They put everything out for us, my agent is also a man of size, and
Justin.
yes, and then
Huge. He got fatter.
He's big, and then the owner of the stand.
I remember
was
we
there.
were all free agents at the same time.
Yes, I
During
remember
COVID,
that.
we were all agentless, and I remember taking a walk with him, and he was not big then.
No, COVID really brought out people's passions.
Whether it's fentanyl or pizza.
Right.
I like dressing dogs.
Yeah, whatever you were into just during COVID, it really went nuclear.
And I think he's having some success. Some guys get a nice suit and a car.
He's
Some
doing
guys
good.
get fatter.
He's doing great.
He's
He's
a
got a
good
hot
guy.
wife.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, his wife's gorgeous.
I don't believe it.
I'm telling you.
Pull her up.
And he's doing good. His people are doing good. And I think he's a happy man, and
All
Chris was very nice to send everything out. And
I mean, you should have pizza after
I was
pizza.
crazy. We were
Polenta.
calling comics over. Just please.
These open micers, they haven't
Yeah.
eaten in weeks. It was like Auschwitz.
They all left. They were like, "Thank you, thank you." It was great.
You know how many kids, or not kids, but younger comics text me like, "That was amazing.
Yeah.
Hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
It was nice."
No, it was fun. That's what the festival's about. Is like people just hanging out and.
Yeah.
Remember they used to do that big Caroline's party, where they do the free food and everything? That was a big party.
I live
You
for
want to
that.
talk about someone who looks great? By the way, is Caroline.
She looks still
So
Would you
hot.
still fuck
Amazing.
Caroline?
Gilf alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw her out east.
It's got to be late
and
60s.
She's looks stunning.
Yeah, I mean,
Stunning.
that's ridiculous.
She looks great.
Wow. Yeah, she's like a Sophia Loren
she was at my
thing.
show on Saturday, and I was
comedy
like, "Who is
bookers,
that hot?"
Whether
chick?
they are women or men, they all look kind of like Patrick Milligan. Whether they're women or men, they just kind of mold into that eventually. It's their final form, right?
Yes.
Their
Yes.
final form. They just get there. It might take a while. There's varying degrees, but they get there eventually. And Caroline just looks like just a hot.
Yeah.
Well, she was smart enough to close it.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm
Let
done
me
with
get
this
out.
shithole, and I'm done with that. What was that gay guy who had the little dog?
Lou Ferrando.
Yes.
I thought you were setting me up here. Yeah, Lou Ferrando was a fucking class. Literally, would walk up to within earshot, every comic, "You're the best comic in town, kid."
Yeah.
I'd see him walk up to Joe Mackey, "You kid, you're number one." Go up to a homeless guy outside, "You got the goods, my friend." It would just blow smoke. But I needed that energy at that
2
time.
years ago, we were thinking of doing the Apollo Theater, by the way, in the height of the George Meade. And it was the worst idea. My agent called me and goes, "How about this?" Because he probably wanted to have chicken and waffle. So he goes, "How about this? We have the Apollo Theater on hold for the festival." I go, "Oh man, this doesn't seem like a great idea, right? It seems like the worst idea ever."
Sure.
It's me in the Apollo Theater, I think in 2021.
Oh.
It was just and I think Louis Ferranda, to his credit, was like, "We're not doing that." He's like, "We're not doing that at all. That's the real problem."
He's doing the Iron Dome. It'd be the same thing.
He's doing the iron.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of mileage out of that one.
Have you done comedy in Israel?
I was supposed to do it in April. I know.
sorry.
I'm still going. I got a good
You'll
feeling.
still do. It'll be good by April. Come on, you're in.
It's winding down.
It's coming down.
Yeah, you're fine.
I just go by tweets, so I don't know what's happening on the
Then
ground.
it's even worse. I don't
It's hard to sustain. You can't sustain. Remember Ukraine?
Twitter? Oh, the
in
war.
the beginning,
Okay, yeah.
they're singing at SNL. There's folk songs, and
Yeah.
people are like, "You can't." I mean,
I really thought
eventually.
Hillary doing Hallelujah that was going to turn it.
Oh,
around.
yeah.
that was fucking brutal. 'Cause
That
I
was
love
weird.
Leonard Cohen. I'm like, this is how you honor him.
I thought it was
as
the last.
Hillary?
I thought it was the last thing of that, and I thought I was totally okay with it. I'm like, oh, it's a postmortem. Okay, and then you woke up the next day and it was like more of it.
Yeah,
and they're like, "No, it's Hallelujah Forever." You're like, "No, we have to."
I know. Remember
You get
my
like one.
agents?
I thought what Pete did was fine. I was like, that's like a sincere moment. That's like a tough monologue that week.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that was good. But
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. But
And he does have experience, with the
Yeah.
whole thing. He does. It's a tough, it's a tough thing to go out there that week and go, "Hey."
But remember the old SNL? Remember after 9/11 happened, Rudy Giuliani hosted. He was like, "What did he say? Can we be funny?" Or no, Lauren.
And he's
Somebody
like, "Why
came out.
start now?" Rudy,
Oh,
he
yes.
was funny.
That was funny. At
But
least
he
it's
used
a
to
joke.
dress in drag.
Yeah.
On SNL, didn't he do a bit in drag, Giuliani?
Rudy?
I'm almost positive.
With Trump.
Pull it
With
up.
Trump. I mean, this is how crazy the country's gotten now, where, that was funny back then. Everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
yeah.
And now it's all splintered,
Yeah, very
2003,
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden hosted. That was hilarious.
It was great.
He was good. He was a good host.
He bombed. All right. That's a very different speech.
But I mean, it's just a fun. It's
Did I ever tell you that I went to like a summer camp with Rudy Giuliani's son when
what's
I
he
was
like?
Oh, there you go.
He tried to kill me. He tried to
Really?
drown me. It was
Really?
yeah. We were like kind of cool for like the first few minutes, and then I think I called him fat or something. I said
Yeah.
something shitty,
Sure.
and he held my head underwater. He was a strong
Right.
fucking kid.
Whoa.
I mean, if you look him up, he's
Listen,
like,
to me, you're just explaining Israel and Palestine. You know what I mean? It's like you were both in the wrong. You had a little size on you, but everybody kind of learned their lesson. Like,
he had the American government on his side. Yeah,
he had a couple more billion. You know.
Yeah.
I had these eyebrows. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It was complicated, but
There's Andrew Giuliani, and I believe Chris Farley played Andrew Giuliani in a
yes,
skit once.
Yes.
killed it. It was
Really?
great.
Yes.
Oh, I missed
It's
that.
fucking hilarious.
Andrew Giuliani's a typical sociopath politician's son.
Right.
Like if you see the eyes, like there's eyes that you just can't.
God, Farley was fucking
Oh,
funny.
the man.
Kevin Nealon too. Unbelievable cast.
It was amazing.
It was a hot show. Remember, you looked forward to this. You ran home.
A braver, better future. This guy tried to drown you?
He looks like Andy Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I guess Andrew is joining me here. Today, we put our differences aside. I was the law and order candidate, but today I am the people's mayor. When my grandfather came here with $20 in his pocket, he dreamed of life would be better.
I mean, it's one joke, and he's playing it
He's
perfectly
amazing.
for
Committing to
Dude, when he
Wait.
does Newt Gingrich, when
Yeah.
he goes to the Congress and Farley does Newt Gingrich in front of Newt Gingrich and it's amazing.
Yeah. I've
It's
never seen that.
Yeah, he does Newt Gingrich in the Capitol Rotunda. It's crazy. And it's just like you have everybody there.
I have seen this. This is great.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just like
He just oozes funny. He
he
can't.
just oozes funny,
bomb.
like whatever he does, wherever he goes.
Even his movies that missed are still
They're still
funny.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Almost Heroes is a funny movie.
Yeah, Beverly
It's
Hills
got-
Ninja.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Ninjas.
Look at this. This is already funny. I'm dying.
It's amazing.
The white hair.
Yeah.
He's so fat. It's great. Newt. Imagine killing there.
There.
That's the hardest room in the world.
There's no harder room.
When we
Yeah.
played the Dangerfield for Ronald Reagan bit,
Oh.
I mean, just annihilating.
Annihilating.
And it's like, it's kind of amazing.
It's amazing. What a hell
This
gig.
is a huge turnout. My God, thank you. This is great. This is
Look at
just
Newt,
great. I'm glad
front
to
and
see you
center.
all here. I'm reading a few new books right now. You might want to be interested in. Got Daniel Steele's Chances. That's a great new book. And Jackie Collins, Husband, Hollywood Husbands. Very interesting book.
They're all standing.
And of
It's
course,
great.
my new dinosaur book. So,
See, you could never do this now with Biden. They wouldn't let you do it, which is sad. Let us be funny.
C-SPAN, and of course my friends at PBS. Also, for those of you watching the NET, open your textbook.
I think he starts like passing legislation.
Oh, fun.
They have a
All
great, there's a
opposed?
clip of
You know what? I don't care.
Artie Lang describing
You don't
what
get-
it was like to roast Donald Trump, and it's
Yeah.
fucking. Artie Lang, it was on Seth Meyers, I think, but he's just talking about, he's like, we're roasting him, and we're talking about it on Howard Stern, and Trump is like, you were the best, you had the set of the night, and then Artie tells one of the jokes, and he goes, he bombed. He was terrible. He bombed. He wasn't funny.
Perfect.
He just can't. He just can't handle it at all.
It's just
Yeah.
now it would be tough to roast, like to get everybody together
Oh, yeah.
and like I guess the White House Correspondents' Dinner is the closest thing, But like, even then, that seems to be on eggshells more than it was, right?
And you got to play ball. Like that was the Republican committee.
Right.
Your agent would go, "Don't. It's Republican.
Right,
don't
do it.
But it's still a cool, funny thing.
It's so cool.
But it's your country. I think it's. I mean, the way Norm used to do it, the way Colbert did it back in the day.
Yes.
I mean, it's cool to find a way to bring it together. I don't know.
Yeah, funny.
That's
should be
what
all-encompassing.
comedy is, and that's when you see it in its purest form like that, where it leaves a comedy club, leaves a theater, and it's just raw in the world, right?
Yeah.
And you put it in the world, like USO tours are amazing because you're in front of like servicemen who are like desperate for entertainment. They're out there. They're some of their friends are dying. It's like an amazing environment, and you're bringing them entertainment. And everyone talks about how great those shows are. Everybody, I've never done them, but everyone goes like, they're amazing shows, everything like that. And it's amazing. Anything political, no one ever says that. Like nobody's ever like, this is going to be great.
Right.
This will be so much fun.
True.
It's at the Bethesda Country Club in Maryland. No, you're going to love it. No,
Right.
you'll love it. It's the teachers union, and you are going to, it's never
people
like
who
that.
need comedy versus people who are inconvenienced by your presence.
That's right.
That's really what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
I remember
that's a good point.
I did a Wounded Warriors thing on a New Year's one year, and it was the best New Year's gig I've ever done. They fucking laugh at everything.
Yeah.
Attell is really like the master of those gigs because he just knows, he's like nothing political, just dick jokes, silly,
Make
man.
everybody laugh.
Yeah.
I bombed hard at one of those, and I was like, this crowd's ungettable. They're the word way out in the Hamptons. Country club, super rich. They hated me. Voss went up after me, and I was like, good luck. They're worthless. He gets on the stool, and he's like, what's wrong with your face, to some lady, and it's murdering.
Yeah.
And he just keeps hammering them.
Yeah.
You look at you got your money. You're only blowing him because he's rich, all this shit. And it was gold. And I was like, all
killed it,
right, that was a lesson.
It's like when a street fighter just like knocks out a boxer.
Yes.
That's Voss.
Yes.
He's fucking, he's just so good. Quinn called him the master of the counterpunch.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
You Barbara Bush looking cunt, just spitting everywhere, killing.
No, I've seen him. I opened for him. He did an AA special, which is still not been released, which is amazing.
Oh, interesting.
And he did it in like the Huntington Melville Marriott in Long Island, like the Huntington Hilton.
Of course.
And he just murdered, and it's just an AA group, and they're in there, and they're all sitting in chairs, and it's like, and he just, again, murdering, going through the crowd, like one by one, like boom, boom, boom.
AA's great crowd. AA
the
and
best.
cops, firemen, all great crowds.
And Voss has done those gigs for years. I remember when we did that Joker's Cruise. Remember that?
Yes.
After one of the shows, one of the gigs I was on was with Voss, and some lady walks up to me and she goes, "You were our favorite." And Voss goes, "Oh yeah, well your other friends are prettier than you." I was like, "Oh my!" He was so fucking funny. We get stranded at the airport after the gig. It was like he had status with United or something.
Yeah.
He gets on. He's complaining for like 40 minutes straight. He gets on a flight in an hour. I'm there for 7 hours. It was a horrible day. But some guy like insults Voss, and Voss just turns to him and just goes, "Look at your fucking face," and just starts destroying this guy. Like a crowd gathered around. And
Wow.
I can only imagine what's going through a person's head.
Voss is like biblical. It's like there's like he's like a guy who's always ready to like unleash a prophecy in the direction of another person who's wronged him. He's always ready to just pivot and just start laying into somebody.
And the best is at the airport, he even opened his suitcase and sold CDs. Right.
But it's also you have Bonnie, who's also amazing and quick and sharp.
Right.
So funny.
those fights have to be like the most entertaining things you've ever
Oh,
seen.
those kids get a front row seat.
Right. It's just
until
just
the hitting.
barbs. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, those gigs are they're kind of over. Like, have you done one of those in a while?
Like a rehab gig, I have not.
I just lost out on. I was supposed to do a fundraiser tonight for Joe Torre, the Yankees former manager.
wow. Really?
And I lost out on it. Joe Torre messaged my fucking agent and was like, "I love his stuff. I'd love to have him on the show." I see my agent on Saturday. I'm like, "So what, you didn't send me the details for this Joe Torre gig? I can't wait." And he goes, "You lost the gig." I was like, "How?" He goes, "His wife hated you."
Welcome
I was like,
to comedy.
what an up and down. That's comedy. It's
That's
just, you're like,
crazy.
I know.
Wow.
I lost a fucking benefit gig. I'm not even getting paid for this. I was going there just to be like, I get to meet Joe Torre.
But she's never met you.
I know, but she saw some clip. I just wanted to know the clip that upset her.
I want to know too.
Any clip. Yeah.
Any clip,
Right.
probably.
Right. The one where you call women retards.
Oh yeah, that was
Wow.
a bummer.
But
Have
it's
you
also
done-
it was probably her. Like she probably watched it, and like she probably was like, "This is a good opportunity to exert my will." Here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
Like, he's got his dumb Yankees and all his shit that he does. Let me, you know, like show that I can flex. I
Yes.
have power. I hate the comedian.
I had the same
Yeah.
thing. I did a corporate gig in Philly, ballroom, nice hotel. They could put me out in a limo. They bought me a tuxedo, the whole thing, crazy money. I had to host the pharmaceutical awards.
Oh.
That was the whole gig. So I'm up there for like 3 hours with cards and like,
Yeah.
give it up for fucking Zoloft. And it's table, you know, it's a round table. So it's 3 hours. I memorized. I had PowerPoints. It was music cues. It was a whole like a Oscars for pharmaceutical drugs. And I'm doing my first 15 minutes clean up front. I did one joke about vibrators. The lady comes up to me with the head thing, you know, and the clipboard, and she's like, "You're out." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "The wife got mad. The CEO's wife got mad." I'm like, "I came here to a limo. We got 2 hours and 45 minutes to go." She's like, "Yeah, Bob's going to do it." I was like, "All right." And they sent me home.
Paid you?
I got paid.
All right.
But it was all because the wife got offended by a vibrator joke.
It's always the wife.
Yeah.
Well, it's always like a tough. Like I did a fundraiser in Long Island. It was a cancer thing. Like I had no idea what it was. They booked me, and they were honoring a young girl who had passed away. And they had a lot of music, and they figured we'll get a comedian.
Yeah.
And they were just doing. It was this fundraiser that raises money for people with cancer, and it wasn't like about specifically this girl, but like her mother was there. And they're like, "Why don't you say a few words?" And then she got up and she's like, "You know, during whoever's battle, you know, this foundation was with us every moment, everything like that." And then, literally 5 minutes later, I was doing bits about frozen yogurt. It was like a nightmare. It was just a night. You're in a nightmare.
Yes.
And you're looking
doing
at
the
people.
clean set.
Yeah, I'm doing a clean set. You can still see the wet faces from the tears in the audience, and you're like, "This is the worst." I did that one was a bad one, and then I did the Bethesda Country Club, which was actually okay.
Yeah.
And I just called them all, you know, because they're all just military industrial complex, like
Yeah.
defense contractors, and I made fun of them, and they kind of rolled with it because they're all morally compromised people.
Sure.
That's why I like doing comedy in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
I think cities with tension are good. New York has the tension. It's the
Right.
layouts, the way we all live. And then it's like, I think Boston has that class tension and race
Sure.
tension.
Yeah.
And D.C. has that, it's just morally compromised.
Chicago.
And everybody
Yes.
there, Chicago.
Those are like the best cities.
Yeah, I love those cities
comedy.
because they have like that pressure that's
Yes.
running under that Ghostbusters 2 molten slime river that runs under the city.
Yes.
That you like. That's what
DC has the most of that.
a lot of it.
You ever hear the Jonathan Katz joke where he goes, "I just did a benefit for the survivors of the benefit I did last week"?
Oh, that's great.
That's a great line. He has some great shit.
He's funny. He's a funny writer.
but
He's all right.
I think he's MS.
Ah.
I didn't mean to bring the room down with that one.
Well, we'll do a benefit
How
for
old
him.
is he?
I can't be that old. Although he's in a lot of old David Mamet movies. He just
Really?
he co-wrote House of Games.
What?
Well, MS can also be very mild.
Yeah.
It's not what I heard.
It's really well. It's a spectrum.
I see.
Did you watch Dr. Katz growing up?
Well,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
76. So I mean,
Okay, he had a run.
hey,
Yeah, he's doing all right. Was that the ice bucket or was that something else?
that's ALS.
ALS.
That's the worst ALS.
Yeah.
Really?
That's Lou Gehrig's disease,
Yeah, because
right?
that's Lou Gehrig. That's like
Yeah.
a 5-year, it's over, and it's not good. It's like a tough.
Right.
But then the MS is more of a spectrum.
That might have been the last time the country came together on something. Was
That
ice
was the
bucket
last,
challenge.
and it was also showed you the dumbest activism ever. Like it was like, no, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yes.
What do you want from me?
I'm suffering.
It's cold. I'm in my backyard,
Yeah.
and we're doing this, and you know.
And it turns out it's good for you. Now Rogan does the.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
everyone
true.
does it.
That's true.
We were all just.
That ice bath is hell. I've tried it. I got into Rogan's. I got like a toe in. I'm like, fuck this. This is stupid.
He loves it, and he's like, he braces himself, and he gets in. He's like,
Yeah.
it's
I can't do a cold shower. That's like the last thing I look forward to in the day. I can't lose it.
Supposedly, the people that do the ice bath say that you are high after.
That's what I hear.
You are like high.
Look at the demonic face on the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's look at his nips. Holy
those are hard.
shit!
That seems like it might be edited, but maybe not.
I hope so. God Almighty! But that's how you get out all the online hate. You know, people come at the
Right.
guy so much. You
So
gotta,
much.
You gotta do a bath.
Yeah.
It's like a baptism. You gotta cleanse yourself. You know. It's hard. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's
internet
not
is
easy.
mean. Sorry.
Yeah.
You do. I do see you post the pictures of the good meals on the road. Is that like
Sometimes, yeah. We usually there's a place that we've now been, or I've been multiple times. So like I know the people there. Like now like you go back to like Sydney, Australia, and you have like your spot. Or you go to Auckland, New Zealand, something crazy, or whatever, Denver. But like,
Yeah.
now you have the spots where you like know the people and you're like, oh, this is good. Because in the beginning, when you're on the road, you talk about this a lot. You're walking on the side of on a street because
Yeah.
you
Cars whizzing.
Maybe Ubers
highway.
don't come, and you're like, why am I going to get an Uber? The Bob Evans, I can see it.
Yes.
So I just got to walk on the side of this highway like a heroin addict.
Yeah.
So that I can sit.
People
in Bob
die that
Evans.
way? A lot of people
Oh,
like.
of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
and they should. That's also the way you should die. There's no way that you should live if that's the way you're living.
That's how Bill Hicks went. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, they said it was cancer.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
But it was,
Route
so
98.
then now you can go to a nice restaurant. The road's different now because you can go to a nice restaurant. You could stay in a nicer hotel. You don't have to be, we used to stay, or I used to stay, and I'm sure you guys did too. And like, whatever you could, extended stay, America, or whatever was there.
Residence Inn.
Yeah, they'd put you
yeah.
up.
The bigger the hotel, the worse the hotel.
Yeah.
The bigger the room, you're like, well, this is if it's got a fridge.
Right.
This is for a divorced man.
People are
to
living
start.
there.
yeah.
People are living
When you
there.
see the
Yes.
U-Haul in the parking lot, you're like, this is a
Oh.
fucking sad weekend.
Well, it's tough. In San Antonio, I remember I was doing the old Improv, which was on the 3rd or 4th floor of the mall. It was
Yes.
not LOL. It was the old River Center.
I remember that.
Improv. And I went in and they were like, he goes, there's 9 people. We're not doing the show. And I'm like, all right.
Damn, 9's pretty good.
And I was, then he
back
goes like
then.
this. He goes, I got great news. I'm like, I bet it's not great news. He goes, there's 13. And by the way, the room sits 400.
Yeah.
He goes, there's 13. We're good to go. And he goes, I just spoke to everybody. We can do it. So we did it. It was fun. It was fine. But it's like after that, you would walk from the San Antonio Mall, under overpasses.
Oh, yeah.
Back to this really shitty whatever it was, Residence Inn or something. And you go, and I'd been sober then probably like 5-6 years. And I'm like, this is the life of a junkie.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's funny about early comedy. You're like, oh, this is exactly the life of a junkie. I'm walking under an overpass to a shitty like motel that people are living in.
And hopefully don't kill myself.
Yeah, and hopefully don't kill myself. And then Bobby Kelly's texting me what cinnamon bun I can get. He would text me. It was like the worst support system ever. Bobby would call me. He's like, dude, go to Lulu's. They have a 2-pound cinnamon bun. I go, oh, well, that's good. That seems to make sense.
Yeah, well, it's like another junkie calling a junkie. Like, I know the best spot.
And then you eat alone. When you're on the road, you eat alone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just sitting there.
Well, you can't bring someone at first, so when you start
Right.
headlining, you're there solo. But it's fucked up. But I look back, I'm like, that's when I got my best writing done because I
It's
had
the best.
It's true. It's
When
an
you're the
artist.
hungriest.
And you need it.
And the feature can't come with you because he's 45 and has a day job.
Right.
And he's like, do you mind if I sell these beer koozies? I'm like, no. You do what you have to do.
Yeah.
You always hear stories about the guy not letting the person sell merch, and you're like, who the fuck?
I don't get that. Let
Who
him
the fuck
sell.
does
What do I
that?
Sell
care?
whatever you want.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
The worst was when you had to share a room with a guy.
Yeah.
You guys ever do that one?
Mike Racine, I found out he had sleep apnea. I think that was fun.
Saint Germain woke up once in a night terror.
Oh, my
and like
God.
shook me, was like shaking me, and I was like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, he goes, I'm sorry, I have a real darkness in me. I'm like, what? How do you follow it up with that? I'm like, this is the craziest.
How did he get a guy from Nam's personality?
Yeah, it's
You know?
crazy.
He went to Nam.
Yeah.
He is the wrestler.
He is.
He's the wrestler, but he's a
is.
comedian. It's
He's like Merle Haggard. Yeah, I did a gig. Remember True TV? Is that still around?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's not a good sign for
The
the
woman
state
from
of
True TV, Maureen, every year,
Oh, boy.
would she'd have these meetings with all of us, and she'd bring us in.
I
and she'd go,
remember.
Listen, I love all of you. She goes, I can't give you a show.
I love.
She goes, I'm a huge fan of all of you.
Yes.
I think you're all great. She goes, I don't have the power here
No.
to do anything for you, but I just want to tell you. I go, we just came an hour here.
I know.
Your studios are by Columbus Circle. We go all
Right.
the way up. There was no reason for this. Come to New York Comedy Club or the Stand or the Cellar and
I know.
go, oh, we can't do anything for you.
And not
She was my manager for years.
Ooh.
And Joe Liss and Gary
Wow.
Goldman. It was Yeah, a lot of 3-hour meetings that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But good person.
I like her a lot.
I do love her.
I did one of those shows for True TV, like How to Be a Grown Up or whatever the fuck they were, and they flew me out to L.A. They put me in a what do you call those hotels that you can live in? They call like long stay.
Extended
stay.
That's it.
Those are the tough ones.
Yeah,
It's a tough.
people have you hear dogs barking.
That's
kids
the one by
crying.
Go Bananas. There was an extended stay in America in Blue Ash,
Yeah.
Ohio.
I remember
So
that.
it was the worst hotel on the planet. You couldn't sleep. It was dogs barking. There was a full zoo in there. And I talked to Bonnie, who was also on the show, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I got him to move me." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know we could do that." Remember those days when you were so new, you didn't want to push it?
I was also so new to the road, I remember that I didn't know how bad those hotels were. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool. I'm a
Same.
young guy on the road.
Yeah.
But I remember doing laughs in Kirkland, Washington. And I was in this like crackhead motel
Yeah.
to the point that a crackhead passed out against, you open the window and his
Yeah.
head is against my window. I'm like, that's dark. But I remember there being a pancake house next door. So I was like, it's great. You know?
Yeah.
I tell Marina, I'm like, great hotel. Marina Franklin calls me. She goes, you stayed here?
exactly.
Yeah.
She got moved, obviously, but back then you were like, that's not, yeah, it was nice.
I think if you're a woman, there might be more. You might have more of a thing like, hey, I don't feel safe.
of
Yes.
course.
You know?
Yes.
I can't call up and go, hi, I feel very vulnerable. I feel vulnerable right now.
Someone else called when they saw you.
Yeah,
about
right.
that.
They were like, we got a real problem here.
The meth heads are like, let's clear out, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fun though. But those early times are, I think, some of the most pure fun
Yes.
that you have.
Yes.
When you're with a bunch of comics, you take a road trip. Like I remember Jared Freed took me early on. He did a gig in where did Jared Freed? He had like a standing gig at like, was it Foxwoods or
I think so.
I think it was
Mohegan?
Foxwoods.
It might have been Foxwoods. It was just a road trip with comics, and you just got to go perform, and then we'd come home.
Yeah, it's
but
2
it was
hours.
just fun. You're in a car, you're joking around.
Well, you know what? It's
You
like
know.
it's like Katrina. Katrina's obviously horrible, devastating, but we had fun. Because
Right.
we're running around, we're setting fireworks, we're looting, we're shooting
Right.
guns.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
deadly and horrifying, but it's also freeing.
But
in
then
a
for
way.
some people, the problem is, I guess, Katrina doesn't end.
yes,
There's still some people now with fireworks going, let's go. And you're going,
Right.
no, I have a family.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard.
yeah, exactly.
I remember that Foxwoods gig. The owner was one of the. Remember that older guy who owned it?
Oh,
he was the
yeah.
type of drunk that would always start crying.
But now
was
he
tough.
went to Mohegan Sun.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And they took me out. And I actually like those guys. They took me out for
Yeah.
lobster rolls. We ate lobster rolls. But yeah, they get emotional.
Yeah.
He would always start, and I'd be like, I'm not comfortable with that. But he would just be like, I'm so happy you're back. I'm like, why is this a cry?
Yeah. I don't know your last
I kind of
name.
like it a little. I like it a little. Let me tell you right now, when a grown man starts crying, there's something I go, you realize the gravity of this moment. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I go, I'm glad because, you know, I'm eating a lobster roll and he does get wistful.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he got wistful, and I go, "This is insane
Yeah.
and uncomfortable." But
It's like Tammy Pescatelli.
Yes.
She doesn't call me anymore.
Wistful in a casino is never good.
No,
though.
it's not.
No.
And that green room, they were just stocking like. It was hell. I hated that gig.
That was a
Always.
tough gig. Because everybody loses money, then they come to your show and they hate you.
You, me, and Chris DiStefano did it a long time ago. We had this writer following us. This guy, Scott Robb, who's a great writer.
Yeah.
He wrote a bunch of guy from Cleveland, very very bright guy, and he was in the green room. He was like, they treat you like the way they talk to
I
us. He was
know.
like, this is crazy.
I always think if my parents could see this, they'd be like, come on, what are you doing?
But now it's
Yeah.
great.
Now it's fine.
now it's good.
You get there. You graduate. It takes
You're all
a
connected
while.
through a struggle, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's boot camp, baby.
I
We're-
call it Mein Kampf. Yeah.
People in Gaza listening to this going, "Oh, really?"
He
We're
plays-
like, "It's like a war, really."
you play a strip mall? I'm in the strip. I'm in the strip.
People are like, "Really, a struggle, huh?" Okay.
Right,
No,
right.
it was fun. It was
It's
fun.
fun. It's
honestly.
the hardest things are the funnest.
It was so fun.
I lived in a 5-story walk up on the 5th floor. I had a shower in my kitchen.
I know who you lived with.
and you
this
know who
time.
I lived with,
Yeah.
and that was, I mean, woof.
Oh, yeah,
And
Cosby.
you know, and it was Cosby, but it was just fun. It was always fun. You got to go on the roof and you'd smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Do you smoke?
No, but I would. Back then I did because now I can't. You get in the mid-30s, you got to go no. You
Right,
know, I'm in
right.
the late 30s now, but it's like eventually you have to say no. But like when you're 25, there's no reason not to have a cigarette.
Yeah.
True.
Anyone listening is 25.
Yeah.
There's just no reason not to, especially when you're on a roof and you want to talk shit about who got JFL.
Exactly.
There's nothing better. You light up the
Nothing.
cigarette and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, and the nicotine's kicking in.
Yeah,
You
you're
get
like, I've been
riled up.
pounding the pavement 3 years.
Yeah.
What does that person have?
Right. Well, we're talking about how rough the beginning was. Do you think you can bypass that now with the TikToks and the Reels and all the podcasts?
Kathy Griffin had a great line years and years ago, and
Trump
she said, "This is Trump." No, she said, "You pay your dues now or later.
Say it again.
You pay your dues now or later." So what's interesting is like,
That's great.
I do think there's gonna be a time in every career, even if it is a rocket ship,
Right.
where you're gonna level off or something will, like
Interesting.
I do think eventually you do you can't avoid it forever.
Right.
You might not have to go to do what we did. But again, we're admitting what we did. It's fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
The dues some people have to pay aren't fun. Imagine, because here's the deal. Some people are going to get really successful early on and make a lot of money. And then for whatever reason, things really cool off and people don't care. I would wager that's harder.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
actually
really?
harder when you're not young and broke and you have that camaraderie and you're like fucking like you have that energy of like we're all doing it and everything like that. But when you just get to a certain point and because some of that's isolating, right? Some of the like succeeding and all that stuff can be isolating.
True.
And then having to pay those dues or figure something out
Right.
might be harder.
You
That's a
might
great
not. You might
point.
not be equipped. I mean, when you're younger, it's like you're building towards it. But if it just hits you at like in your 40s, it is weirder.
Right.
And everybody kind of turns on you when you pop quick and don't have to do all the dues.
But that shit. I think that's just instinct.
I don't like it either.
And you got to fight it as a comedian because
You gotta fight it.
Because sometimes
Sure.
someone will pop and you're like, why? I'm just being a contrarian because everyone is obsessed and they're like, be like, this is the greatest, and you have to be like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not
Yeah, I
the
think
greatest. It's not bad either.
I think that people are invested in like a certain thing, whereas like a certain sequence of events of people that are paid their dues. But again, it's like there's things people are doing that we're not seeing. That's the other thing, right?
Really?
There,
Sorry.
there
Yeah.
are people.
But
like,
yeah, you're
that's
right.
part of it, right? It's like, it's like, who knows? People do things and that we just don't know them,
Yeah.
Like if some guy's a magician for 5 years and then becomes a comedian, does really well at it for 2 or 3. It's like the guy was you know what I mean? I don't know if that's ever happened.
Yeah,
but
everyone's. You don't.
knows?
I mean, I think people. If you don't know a person, it's harder. But if you know that they're fucking hustling,
There's a
you love it.
documentary
Yeah.
called Magic Camp. I say that to say this. I always have an agenda when I say something. There's a documentary called Magic Camp, and it's about these kids who want to be magicians.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because like here it is. And I saw it years ago. And they're all trying to be magicians. And succeeding as a magician, there's like 2 guys that have residencies in Vegas.
Exactly.
And then everybody else, their success is like I drive a Ford Windstar
Yeah.
to a birthday party. I get out in the back. I do the thing. People are happy. We are lucky in the sense that we are in a thing that when it can be good. Like
Yes.
when you are a magician, it really cannot be good.
And there's three.
There's
three guys. Yeah.
There's like 3. It's like David Copperfield, Lance Burton,
David Blaine.
and David Blaine. It's all Davids, and Chris Angel maybe.
Oh,
but but he's
Penn
like a
and Teller,
mentalist.
but they're kind of
Penn and
comedy
Teller
too.
do it.
Yeah.
That's 5.
But
or
we're
6.
talking in history now.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like imagine if your passion there was no root. Here, there's a root. There's a root,
and there's a lot of us.
and there's a lot of people doing great.
There's a middle class in entertainment, unlike
There's a
there's
middle
ever
class.
been.
Yeah. There people are like. So I always look at it like I'm lucky that I didn't want to do something that
I
was
know.
so. Even actors, when you're just an actor,
oh,
the idea
that's
that
tough.
you're just an actor and you can't do anything else, and you just have to wait for somebody to go. You got the part.
That
Yes.
would kill me.
So hard.
Kill
That
me.
would kill me. The waiting and but I do think when we started stand up, like I would watch the half hours on Comedy Central and be like, that's what I didn't know that a lot of those guys were struggling to fill rooms on weekends. I
Oh,
know-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like I just watched it like that's fucking awesome.
The
Yeah.
SAG after strike has just ended.
Yeah.
Which means the very demoralizing process of me sitting in a room with like Sean Donnelly and they go, all right, come in. And you just sit there and they go, now remember, you have your nightstick in your hand. And because every role is like, cop or like, gambling addict who sees his daughter once a month.
Alcoholic
with
dad.
Police supervision.
Right.
Ferry worker.
Right.
Who's poetic. Smart ferry worker.
Right.
But it's
Heart
like
of gold.
one of those things where you go, thank God. And I like acting. I think it's fun to do. But it's
You're in the Eli Roth movie.
I'm in the Thanksgiving movie that comes out, which is cool. They cut my head off. And I'm in another thing I can't talk about that you know a little bit about.
Ooh.
But maybe they edited me out. I don't know.
Yeah.
They might edit
That's
me out.
why I never told anyone. And someone messaged
I'm
I was
not
in it.
telling them now. It sounds like I am, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just being on set with those things. It's like actors are, they're just interesting in the sense that like they don't have any power over what they do.
No.
They have to wait until somebody says we can be proactive in 10 different ways.
100%. And they can write something and act in it or direct it, but you still need the money. You got to produce it. You got to fund it. It's
Also,
a ton
just,
of work.
just meetings, dude. You realize how much, like, I'm working with a guy now who's like, man, agents don't respond to emails. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, I
Well,
feel
mine
like,
does if it's from the Capitol Grill. So what I do is I always put that in the header.
I think it was
the
more of a
Capitol
general
Grill.
thing. I mean, look, I like who I'm with, but I think it's more of a general thing. He's like, dude, managers don't do shit. And I'm like, yeah, we know that. But but it's one of those
Managers
things.
are fun guys.
Yeah.
That's their thing. They're just a fun guy.
They drink with you. They get the tab.
They're a fun guy. They get a lunch. Because I have one. I hired one. It's weird. You go so long without one. You go, I'm going to get one again.
Do you have one again?
I have. I just hired another.
Wow.
Who's great. He's like arguably the biggest, I guess, comedy manager. And he's good. He's really good. But it's just at what they do.
Yeah.
Which is what it is. They're just like.
They butter you up. They buy you 2
Yes,
Bud Lights and take a cut of your whole theater
They
tour.
just go. They
Right.
just go. You're
Yeah.
fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
They go. I laugh, man. They go. I don't laugh a lot, but when you are up there, I laugh,
Right.
and I like it, man.
You're giving them 10% to be
And
a
then
good
they
hang.
go. Then they go like this. They go. Why aren't you in White Lotus?
Ah!
I'm like, I don't know. There's 30 reasons. They go. Why aren't you in White Lotus? I go. I don't really know. He goes. I think that's what you should be. By the way, White Lotus season 3 is in Thailand. So could you imagine at like a wellness spa?
Yeah.
Could you imagine something I belong in less than White Lotus season 3 at a Thai wellness retreat? Can you imagine?
more of an Ari Shaffir role,
spending money-
probably.
Yeah. I mean, and hearing me be like, "Is everything okay with your room?" It's just like,
All right, right.
White Lotus season 8 when it's in Boston. That like it's at the Encore Casino.
Yeah.
That's in Boston. That's what I'll do it.
You're in Yonkers. Go.
I'll play Jennifer Coolidge's role.
Yeah, dude, that's like, but the Eli Roth thing sounds cool.
It's really cool because it's a horror movie, so it's like the one thing Hollywood really can still do is like, I have a great I can't.
Oh, God.
Well, but they know. They can see me getting garroted in the
Yeah.
trailer. You see the blood, and it's just fun to have knives in you, and everybody's bleeding, and then everybody's eating, at the craft services table, and we're all bloody, and there's knives.
That's
it's just
great.
a cool. Horror movies are just cool.
Yeah, it's just
So
fun.
it's like a cool thing to do.
That is so cool.
Are you a big horror person?
I love horror movies.
Yeah.
So I've always liked them, and like especially this time of year.
Yes.
Like Halloween, Thanksgiving, like
This feels like a real popcorn family. Turn this on at the
Yeah.
house.
How did this role come about for you?
well, Eli's just a fan of the podcast, and he's a really cool dude, and he just gave me this opportunity, and I was like, thank you. That's kind of what
He
it is.
seems like a cool guy.
He's an awesome guy.
He's the Bear Jew, man.
I auditioned for another thing, and I wasn't right for it.
The Bear Goy?
Yeah, I was very it wasn't for me. He was like, you did great. I did like a bunch of auditions for it. He's like, you did really good. You were close, but it just wasn't for you. And I was like, no, I get it, And then this thing, he was like, I think something here is really good because they wanted you to be fun. This is a role. They go, we want you to be funny.
Yeah.
So I was like, great. Like, this is great. So I was really pumped. It was really exciting.
That's really the only way for us to get I've auditioned
Yes.
for 9,000 things, never
Yes.
gotten one. You got to know the director. You got to have a podcast.
Yeah, no,
they
you
got to
gotta-
put you in. That's
yeah.
it.
The
They
only
gotta
time
see
I
you and
I've
go,
gotten stuff,
yeah.
they've just been like here. It's never.
Exactly.
I've never booked off.
No,
off an
because
audition.
there are people that are out there that are actors.
Yeah, that's their job.
Like, so they're known and they have long resumes and
Yeah.
things they've done, which I totally get. He's like, the guy that we went with, he goes, for the other thing, he's like, he did all of these things. I go, right, well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
If Shia LaBeouf is in the room and then I show up, I'm not getting it.
That's
and that's
right.
fair. Give it to the star. Just
But
the
that
same
looks
hair.
fucking, that's great, man. That's great that you're in that.
Well, it's fun and you know, I think it's good. And the other one was hard. The other one I was in was hard, and the director was yelling at me because I was not remembering the blocking.
Ooh.
And it was tough.
I had a similar thing.
And he was yelling at everybody, but he's yelling at me. He would come up to me because I don't know why you're fucking this up. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, he goes, it's not hard. You move the book 70% across the desk, 80% it's out of frame. You turn around and deliver half of your line when he opens the door. You wait for him. You deliver the other half. When he picks up the phone, you start to say the second part of your line, but you're looking around.
Yeah.
And then you finish the second part of your line. Okay. And then he's like, you wait a while, but not too long to
my
do the
God.
third line. What's the fucking problem? Let's go.
You
and
forget everything.
And there's 80 people watching you with cameras. And I'm just like, and there's some of the biggest actors in the world around you. And you're just like, oh my God. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, how hard is that? Well, last night at my job, I was drunk. So
Right.
the other thing's
Yeah.
easier. That's what I felt like when I did America's Got Talent. They're all
Yeah.
like stretching and having to
Right.
be in the perfect place. And I remember being like, oh, I can be wasted.
Right.
Like, what stand up is loose and fun.
Yeah.
And this is so you miss one thing in acting,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, it's tough.
It's really weird because we're such stand-ups. We work so hard at it. You hone it, and all they want you to do is not be a stand-up
Yeah.
all the time. Like a morning show, they're like, "Hey, don't say anything you would
Right.
say on stage." Like that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
the
these
business.
morning shows, we're also there. We're watching. They're at the end. There's like 3 of them left.
That's why I like doing them
It's
still.
there- no, it's
'Cause
great.
going to be like a relic.
I'm
It
glad
is.
that we were the last maybe generation of people to do that. Like morning radio, New Day Cleveland, his legendary thing. Like,
Yeah.
like it's funny to watch these morning shows because they're
It's
over.
so pointless.
And they're pointless, and like the people on them don't even like. I remember when you grew up, like the morning shows, they would kind of be attractive people.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like slobs.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're not. They're like sitting there, and you're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
and they're not particularly charismatic or anything. It's just like it's the bottom of the barrel. It's what's left.
Yes.
It's what remains.
Yeah.
It's like a dating app after
Yeah,
50.
exactly. They're just like, let's throw these 2 people out.
Well, the phone takes everything away. It used to be,
Everything.
I need to know the traffic. I need to know the
Right,
weather. I
right.
need to know the news. And now I have all that on my phone. Why do I need to hear it from
And then with these
Kathy?
Boston radio shows, Maddie in the Morning, right? All these
Yeah.
things like, Lauren and Wally, like these
Yes.
old school.
They're in your car.
And
with
I
you.
love that, especially because we podcast and stuff like that. Like the history, I feel like, of radio and broadcasting and the history of stand-up comedy always kind of had, been complementary, right? Stern and O&A and the whole thing. So like those, Preston and Steve, any of those shows that can help you sell tickets.
Yeah.
When you
Yes,
go on in the
huge.
beginning, if you are funny on those shows, people are listening and you can sell tickets. So it's like, to me, it's interesting seeing like how that evolves too.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's the good ones are still around.
The good ones
It's
are still
always
there.
changing. Like Lucille Ball, that was like a radio person. Then it's I Love
Right.
Lucy. Like the business is always going
Right.
to be changing. And
Right.
it's a good thing. You got to adapt to your fucking.
And
you're
shit
done.
comes back, too.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
blackface.
Yeah.
Lucille Ball, racist. It's back in.
Yeah. Well, she had a Puerto Rican hubby.
Yeah,
Cuban.
it's true.
Cuban.
It's fair.
Sorry.
White Cuban.
Yeah. White Cuban.
that was controversial at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had that funny joke? It's like back in the 50s, you couldn't have a pregnant woman on TV. That was like edgy. And then now you can't say woman on TV.
yeah,
I can't remember who
that's
had it.
interesting.
It was a funny bit. Sorry, I brought it
But
up.
there's nothing new. It's funny. There's nothing new to be. There's no edgy now.
Oh, you can always go edgy.
You can always go edgy. It's
Edgy
true.
now is like being religious.
Right.
You know,
it's
it
a
goes-
good point. Right. It goes the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all the young kids now are like devout Catholics because it's the only way to be like,
Yes.
fuck you, mom.
Right.
Because their mother has like green hair.
Yeah.
And, and they're like, fuck you, mom. I'm a devout Catholic. They're saying the rosary. That's how they piss their parents off.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Nuclear family. Whoa.
Yeah. They're like, what? Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, it all comes around.
Would you ever adopt a kid, do you think, either of you?
I don't know.
adopt? I don't know about adopt.
It's a real lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Kids are weird because all our friends are doing in vitro or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's like $10,000 a pop. They really want a kid, and then all the other people I know are murdering, like they're aborting. So kids are really on the spectrum of like, I really want one, or
I feel like it's just that's one of those questions where like you're at a town hall with a presidential candidate. You're like, Governor DeSantis, let me ask you a question. Some of my friends are doing in vitro, 10 grand a pop. Other ones are murdering, aborting. You know, where do you stand? How do we solve this?
I know
It's hard.
There's nothing in the middle.
I always think about getting a dog. I always see a dog in a window and I go, I should just get a dog, right? Because they're great. And then I'm like, I travel a lot. I don't know if it's fair, whatever. When you have a kid, I fully believe that your entire life has to be oriented around your child.
Yeah.
And why I'm so pro people having kids is because at a certain point, I think it's necessary for a lot of people to step out of their own interests and into more of a collective family interest.
Agreed.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Especially for comedians.
So I would never say no, but I would say it would require a massive lifestyle change.
Yeah. And it takes the narcissism out of you a little bit.
What about you? How do you feel about it? You don't know. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I'm like you, man. I'm on the road constantly.
I do think adoption's interesting because like there are a lot of kids that are needing of homes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you get the black points. Get a black
But it
kid.
would be good.
And have them sell merch.
Yeah.
Just a 3-year-old selling merch.
I'll get a Chinese kid who'll stitch the merch.
Ooh,
I'll save some points.
now we're
I have a
talking.
Chinese godson who I never would have said yes, but he's Chinese. He's like a little Asian
Oh,
baby.
too cute.
He's a killer. He's Asian, and it just intimidates people when they see an Asian
Of
child
course.
because they know he's the future.
You got to get a Palestinian kid. Really mix it up.
Ooh, you got a
Good
pally?
conversation starter too.
Yes. I don't hate them. Look.
Really confused.
I saved
if I had
this
a
one.
problem,
Yeah.
how many of you saved? That's a good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tearing kids' posters down. I'm adopting them.
Yeah. What an odd move to tear a poster.
It's strange.
What an odd move. No matter how you feel.
I think it's the worst thing that's happened with the
it's
whole.
just an odd
thing.
move.
Yeah, I think
it's the way. There's nothing worse than that. It's a good point.
Nothing worse.
By the way, though, and I'll be honest, let's also go the other way for a minute. I'm also not a fan of posters. I'm not a fan of mucking up with
don't
a lot
work.
of. I don't love a poster, and I also don't love the tearing down of a poster. But it's like I've never been a fan of like a lot of posters.
Sure.
Yeah.
We should go back to the milk carton.
Right. We know, but here's the other thing: we know it happened,
Yeah.
We have the internet.
and we're no one's happy.
Can we
about
fit
it.
10,000 faces on a carton? That would pose
Is
a
that
problem.
how many go missing?
A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot
of missing.
And you guys can't do dairy.
No.
So
Right.
we're
That's
gonna,
fun. Put it on pork.
there you go. That too.
Are you guys working on any bits? This might be a good.
I got
segue.
nothing, dude.
Wait, what about a peeve?
Yeah, give me
Or
a peeve.
Ooh, the peeve.
I got one. And this one, I can't believe hasn't come up
Yeah.
on this show. How about this guy? You go out to eat with him, you finish the meal, everything's great, and you get this one.
Oof.
You know, the teeth sucker?
Yeah.
You know, all night he's got the steak piece in his teeth, and he's like, man, that was good dinner. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Don't
it's
go to the
gross.
bathroom
Go to
with
the
that.
bathroom, yeah.
The teeth sucker.
The guy who brings the little floss pick, too.
Oh, that guy's
Yeah.
big.
Why is that a thing in public?
Yeah, he pulls out of a case like
People
it's a Don
will do
Draper.
in public what you allow them to do. Like people really will, unless you push back. If you look at plane behavior, how that's degenerated.
Oh my
It's
god!
gotten bad.
It's degenerated to a point where people are having fist fights.
Yes.
They're naked on the plane. If you don't push back,
That motherfucker's not real.
right, they're AI. They're
having
not even
abortions
real.
on the
It's just their
plane.
likeness. Yeah. So if you don't push back, people tend to do what they're allowed to do.
Good point.
Bad people.
Yeah, bad people. They take
Yeah.
advantage of what they're allowed to do.
That's so true.
I remember one of the best things I've ever seen is we have a flight. I'm flying back from God only knows, Syracuse, Buffalo. I think I did the Egg.
Yes,
I like the Egg.
Egg's cool.
Shout out to the Egg.
Beautiful venue.
Lovely venue. And we're coming back, and you know you're in a little shit chat. The pilot's young. There's one flight attendant, and there's maybe, I don't know, 17 of us with the privilege of going back to LaGuardia. And there's a guy there. And I mean, it's a 41-minute flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that. It is cruising for like 5 minutes and then a descent. A guy goes like this to the flight attendant and goes, yo, you got any pancakes?
To the attendant or the flight attendant?
Swear to God. She goes, no. He goes, all right. Then he turns to his chick and he goes, that's kind of fucked up.
She's got a griddle back there? What are you doing?
Yeah, like he thought there'd be a full breakfast. It's a 41-minute flight. He goes, yeah, it's a little fucked up. It was just funny, the injustice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up,
That's
huh?
kind of fucked up.
You know? And then for a minute, I agreed with him. I'm like, yeah, why not? But
Right.
that's how it happens.
That's it.
Because you start being unreasonable, it can spread.
Yes.
It can spread because when someone's being unreasonable, it is hard to go against them.
Right.
It is much easier to join them and go, I would like a pancake.
Right.
You forget
The mob.
You forget how
become a part of the
insane
mob.
You become a part of the
And the mob wins if they get the numbers.
Yeah.
So that is scary.
I think it's connected a lot to the social media shit, though, because just being an outrageous asshole will get you retweets now.
yes.
Squeaky wheel, baby.
And it does turn, when you're on a flight, you become that, you're like, yeah, I'll be an asshole too. Instead of being like, you're an asshole, it's easier to be like, I'll be an asshole too.
Right.
I'll pile on.
I'll pile
Yeah,
on.
The guy who takes off the shoes next to you and you're like, you haven't taken a shower in
I
weeks.
know.
You
Now you got
smell
your
like
foot
fucking
between the
shit.
seats. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But that
Oh.
pancake guy is online. He's
Yes.
the one commenting on your
I'm
shit.
sure you guys saw the video of the guy leaning back on the flight, putting his hands behind the...
Pull it up.
You've seen that? The hands behind the
I have not seen
chair.
this.
I mean, it's just...
That's
it's a
TV.
fucking pig.
There's
It's
a
a
TV
pig.
back there. That's crazy.
What's he doing? Let's see this.
Is it a bit?
Yeah, it's a
Is
video.
this because flights got cheaper? What happened?
Well, Janelle James had a great joke. She goes, bus people are flying now. And I think that was good. That was on her Netflix.
That's
I thought that
hilarious.
was a good way
This
to
isn't it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Nobody wants to spend it in the kitchen. With Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, saving time is a total breeze. Factor delivers chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals right to your door. They're always fresh, never frozen. Just heat them up in 2 minutes, and dinner is served. Choose from over 35 weekly meal options, including awesome breakfasts like apple cinnamon pancakes and bacon and cheddar egg bites. With so many choices, there's something everyone will love. I like all this stuff. You love the shakes.
Oh, yeah. The smoothies are killer. Great flavors.
A lot of good options here. Vegan, vegetarian, keto, calorie smart, and protein plus meal options. No matter what your goals are, Factor can help you get there. Head to factormeals.com/drunk50 and use code drunk50 to get 50% off. That's code drunk50 at factormeals.com/drunk50 and get 50% off.
Liquid IV. I love this stuff. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas between holiday travel, hosting the family dinner, and shopping. You got to stay hydrated with Liquid IV with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. No matter what you're up to, Liquid IV will keep you hydrated. Liquid IV hydrates twice as fast as regular water alone. And it's available in 3 flavors, sugar-free, white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. No artificial sweeteners in it. You just get amazing flavor without that gross, bitter aftertaste. I keep a bag of these on the shelf. I pop one every day. I'm hungover. I'm working out.
I got it in the road pouch because, you get a hangover on the road. Or you just feel dehydrated. It's good for the gym, too.
Yeah, that's true. Hydration is key. You want those parts oiled up. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code DRUNK at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code DRUNK at liquidiv.com.
It's recent.
That's fake.
That's not it, but
the incident showing that the male passenger not only punched the seat, but also...
isn't it funny now, by the way, that terrorism's the least of anyone's concern? By the way, the nicest thing you bump into is like a quiet Islamic terrorist. That's the easiest thing on a flight now. You're just like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. You're like, okay, so all you're going to do is charge the cockpit, but you're going to be quiet and not bother me? Fine.
Instead of like the movie World Trade Center, we're just thinking it's like a Curb episode. Every fucking you're just like,
Right.
this dude's an asshole. Well, yeah, go to Twitter maybe.
Okay.
Bus people. That is
Yeah.
dead
Go
on.
to the cesspool of X.
I mean the
Yeah, no shit, huh?
I mean the Greyhounds were really
It's tough. I used to take megabuses to
Yeah, they're bad.
Washington, D.C., and I do the little room at the D.C. Improv, like the front
that's the
room.
double-decker one, right?
Which one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
that was
double-decker
awful.
one. That
Yeah,
is
I hated
correct.
that.
And we would go there, and I would put you put your headphones in, And then you would just turn around. There'd be like a chihuahua
Yes.
in a bag.
Yeah.
Someone had a chihuahua in like a bag. And
Put a
you're
couple
like,
holes in it.
yeah, and there was feeding him potato chips.
Yes.
And then you'd be like, this is where I'm at in my life. And then you would get out in DC and do the show, and then you'd be like, okay. And then like the worst thing was standing on that line in the morning.
Oh, the worst.
The worst is you're on the line and they're unhappy with you because you paid like $3 to get it.
Yep.
So they're like, get in the line.
It is
They're,
a
like,
good deal.
Yelling at you. It's a great deal.
They're hitting you with that cattle prod.
Yeah, no, you
basically.
get it.
You're
like-
doing the math. Like, how are you making any money?
Yeah, and then you pay. I used to pay a couple of dollars extra to be in like that premier line.
Oh, yeah.
and you could. So then you would like board first, and you would
Right.
get,
And
you
then
know,
you're like, how could this get any worse? Then you hear like cling, 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 cling. You're like, oh, he's playing a casino game. Nice. It's only 4 hours.
But then you look at people on it who are like, I was like, well, I'm on this because I'm trying to be a comedian and I have a shit job. And then you look at people in their 40s
Yeah.
and 50s, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, he's seeing his daughter.
so he's going because he got a lead on a job out of state, but doesn't want to put money down for the room rental until he knows if he gets the job. So he's got to go and hear about this job because, you know, he just got out of jail and it's been 7 years. And if he gets this job, he's going to take a room rental in Baltimore. And you go, this is tough.
That is
Yeah, I remember
tough.
taking it to Baltimore too. You get the move back then was you take the midnight bus back.
I did the
That's right.
same.
Because instead of having to pay another hotel, so you take the midnight bus
Yes.
back, and that's when you see the fucking
Yeah,
animals.
that's-
when the freaks
And
come
people
out, my
are,
friend.
it's full on drug mules.
Yeah,
So the bus is people from Baltimore with
and low end drug mules. You're not
kilo
getting
of
Johnny
heroin
Depp
in
blow.
their fat pussy. It's
Yeah.
fat mules.
Yeah,
And then they go, yeah, it's right. And then they get out at the Port Authority.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all
Yeah.
getting out at the Port Authority. And that's the final stop in New York is Port Authority.
Right.
yeah.
So then you just get let out at 3:30, 4 a.m.
Oh.
The nightmare of nightmares. And you're like, great. And I lived, thank God, on 45th between 8th and 9th. So I would just kind of like scurry to my thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just a nightmare.
It's a haunted house in
And
there.
that was back then when you'd have a girl. Yeah, I'd have a girl waiting for me, and she'd be like, "What are you doing with your life?" And you have to be like, "I don't."
It's
Yeah,
comedy.
it doesn't add up.
I'm trying to make it. I'm living my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst was Feng Hua. That was beneath Megabus.
I never did that. Those were
I
the
did that one.
Chinatown.
That was
Yes,
the $1
right?
one.
It was
Yeah.
$1 to go to Boston, but it took
Yeah.
about 3 days. But man, that was tough. It was like a cage of chickens.
Me and Sarah Tolomash used to take the old school Uber pools.
Oh yeah,
Because we both lived in Astoria. And here's what the old school Uber pools would do. They would never stop picking people up.
Yeah.
So what the Uber pool was, it's like there were times when me and Tolomash would sit in a car for an hour.
Yeah.
After our spot at the stand, right? We would have been home and asleep if we had taken
I
a drink.
know.
But like they'll just keep circling
Yes.
Murray Hill. And it just doesn't end. And then eventually, I think, is Uber Pool done now?
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be
it's
done.
a speed date.
COVID
after you're just
got
meeting
rid of it,
people.
right?
Yeah, I think
LA,
so.
it was fucking bad in LA. 'cause
yeah. Oh, it's a nightmare.
I wouldn't think. I'm like, I'm just trying to save money in between meetings.
Dude,
back
I've been
then.
in an Uber pool
Yeah.
in LA, and an Uber pool in LA starts to get weird. Like you would get in, and there'd be two people like, "Hey, what's up?" And they'd be like, "Hi," and then everyone starts talking. You know,
Yeah, what are
it's
you
like this is
pitching?
kind of, and then everyone. I've been in them where people start exchanging numbers, and you go, "This is crazy."
They're networking.
I got in once, and a girl just got in and was crying, and I was like, I'm not touching this one. I'm
But
just,
by the way, we're going to explain this to people. It is one of the funniest things you
Yeah.
can explain.
It's good.
Also, Airbnb, which I think's on its way out a little bit because I think people are realizing the insanity of
Wait,
going
what happened
to-
with you and Airbnb?
I'm not allowed on the platform. There were two lesbians. They had a house in Joshua Tree. We cooked a dinner. We had fried fish. We had burgers. We had baked beans. Nothing crazy. Americana. And what happened was these women made me pay a cleaning fee and then also just destroyed me in the reviews, gave me a horrible rating. And we didn't do anything that bad. It was just some dishes, right? So I threatened to kill them. And I didn't, not directly, but I was just like, I hope, you know, in a funny way. Like,
Yeah.
I hope the house doesn't burn down. I called them desert dykes. It was a whole thing.
Nice.
It was a whole thing because the cleaning fee, which is again why Airbnb is tanking, has lost half of its value. It's almost over.
Yeah.
Because people are going, why am I paying you $500 for a cleaning fee, which is 2 weeks of a cleaning lady?
Yeah.
And then you're hitting me because there's 4 dishes in the sink.
Right.
This is crazy. So I'm banned from Airbnb. They won't let me back on. I've had big people try to get me on. It won't work.
Wow.
And it is what it is. I don't want to go to some stranger's home
I've never done it.
The insanity of it during the pandemic, hotels were, the restaurants were closed. Everything was, all common areas in a hotel were closed. They didn't have maid service. It was weird. I get the appeal of an Airbnb. Oh, there's a pool. We can sit outside.
I've had some good ones.
Yeah, maybe like
There's
Phoenix.
some
You go to
good ones.
Phoenix,
Right.
you get a nice
But
house.
now the amount of rules, how weird they're being about everything, the weird voyeuristic things with the cameras everywhere. You don't
Yes.
know who's watching you. I think Airbnb is going the way of Uber Pool, whereas when we describe it to people, it's going to sound insane. They're going to, because you just got in a car with strangers and they would get dropped off and then another stranger would get in and then you're on a queue to get dropped off eventually.
Yes, exactly.
In a tiny little car. I mean, it's crazy.
It's
the same way
wild.
showing up to an Airbnb. I've showed up to Airbnbs where it was clear the family was living there up until when I showed up.
Yes.
Like 10 minutes.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God, like
I
the
never-
shower was still steaming. You're like, what? Like some poor guy just got his family and goes, we're in the camper tonight.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's actually
They're
disgusting.
coming in the middle of the night to use the bathroom.
Yeah, it's
Right.
disgusting. It's really sick.
There's food
Stav
in
would
there.
always try to turn me on to it. He'd be like, it's the best. I get a 3-4 bedroom. I bring the whole crew. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what I want. I want to hear Gary Veter jerking off in the next
I
room.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
it was fine for the moment. I think during the pandemic, all those things were good. Where you were like, yeah, we got a house. Now, what if we lived in Houston? It was also like
Yeah.
people were vacationing in like other alternate realities.
Yes.
So they were like, what if I lived here? That was the pandemic. And the pandemic, everybody was like moving around. Some people bought houses other places. Some people were like, what if I lived here?
You went to Austin for a minute.
I lived in Austin for a while, for a year,
And you hated it?
I couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. I love my friends that live there. I love Joe. I love the club. I just am not a guy. I like oceans. I like just where I kind of grew up. Like, I love New York City. I like LA. It took a while to like LA, but I do like LA
Would
now.
you ever come back to New
where?
York?
To New York?
City.
Of course. I would come back here, sure.
Hey.
Really?
Well,
For sure.
Austin's a college town at the end of
Austin's
the day.
a college town, and it's but I get it. I get why people are living there. I'm not a huge fan of the burbs.
Same.
So it doesn't mean I hate them. It means that like
It's not for you.
LA suburbs aren't burbs. Do you know what I mean? Like I could get to Sunset Boulevard real quick and I'm like, this is a city.
Yeah.
It's not New York. It's not a Miami, Chicago, New York type of city, but it's a city. Austin is a tiny little city surrounded by a lot of sleepy suburbs. Mm-hmm. And if you're into it, like if you like, I have a family and the kids are playing soccer and stuff, it's great. But for me, it's just, I like a little more stuff going on.
Yeah, no, I get that. It gets old quick because
Yeah.
you can do everything in 2 weeks in Austin.
You in LA make sense to me. You in Austin didn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I like
You're like
LA.
a guy who soaks up culture and like
Yeah,
I see you getting like funny Hollywood stories.
Yeah,
in LA.
I go to dinner with people like I really, and Soder will talk about this, like I take meetings with people, which nothing's ever going to happen, but I'll take meetings with very high level people.
Who's the
Tell them
most
why-
high level person?
I don't know, president of CBS or something.
Okay.
And I tell them why they're wrong about everything they've done.
Les Moon.
And they kind of nod and they go, I kind of understand what you mean. I go, I know the funniest people in the world and you guys are fucking it up. You're throwing it
Good.
away.
They need to hear that.
And then they go, yeah, you're probably right. But they go, what do you want? And I go, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Because the deal is, it's like changing the government.
Right.
People don't realize, right? So it's like those companies are big cruise ships that you can kind of tilt a little bit like this.
Sure.
But I always say, like, I know the funniest people. Like, and they should they should get shots. I should get a shot. All my friends should get shots.
But they can't take a risk. It's too much money.
Yeah,
They're scared.
I think they're going to start to now because I think they've lost enough money where they're going to start to. But that's what's fun to me about LA is it's like there's something to sink your teeth into, and it's all going wrong, which I find really interesting and really good for comedy.
Yeah.
The city's going wrong. It's devolving. The industry's changing. No one needs to be there anymore. People are mentally ill. They're on talking their phone in the middle of the street. They're
Yeah.
like, what's up, guy? It's sick. It's a sick place of sick people who are dying and they're desperate and they're all crawling around like lizards and they know it's over. We all know it's over and we know we're going to meet a bad end.
Right.
But
That's
that
fun.
I feel like is a very healthy way to get
And
through
it's
the day.
entertaining.
I
Yes.
love it. I rather
Yeah.
it. I love to sit in an LA coffee coffee shop and just hear the desperation of the keys on the back. Like, this is the one that's going to change.
It's a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
No one's done one of these.
I've lived
Ozark meets The Wire.
Right. It's Ozark. They're all trans. You know? But so to me, it's like fun. Whereas it's like in Austin, there's something about everybody loves it. New York.
They're
what I
sane
loved
in
about
Austin.
New York is like in New York, if you say to a New Yorker, this city is shit, a New Yorker will turn around and go, you have no idea how shitty it is.
Exactly.
And
I'm losing my mind, dude.
Right. So
Every
everyone
day.
will always complain about New York, which I think is a very healthy way to live.
Yeah.
I think it's very healthy. In Austin, people just look at you and they're like, this is the place. And that to me, it feels cult-like.
And there's hope there. Everybody
There's
keeps
hope.
moving there for this hope. Like,
Yeah.
my world's going to change
There's
around.
no hope here, and I'm holding on to that.
I love the
Yeah.
no hope.
Yesterday,
It's
Mark
real,
and I are on the
realistic.
train, and I've
Yeah.
got this dog in the little pouch. And how about that fucking guy on the train yesterday? He across the. You ever someone try to talk to you across the train? So it's like a bunch of people have to listen to the conversation.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, a pug, and I was like, oh yeah. He
He's
goes,
got a dolly with
love,
stuff on it.
love pugs, and we're like, oh yeah. I think we figure that's it. He just keeps going. He's like, I had a pug. Dead, and we're like, why are you putting this in my head? Why are you
yeah.
doing this?
Well,
to
the
me?
mental illness is so great here.
Oh, yeah.
great.
And there are
best.
moments where I saw this band outside of New York Comedy Club, and I don't know if I'm going to do this, but this is just a New York moment. I might not do it, but I think just thinking about it's good. There's like a guy at a bass, and I go, "Are you guys a band?" And they go, "Yeah." I'm like, "Would you play? I got a gig on Friday. Would you play while people got seated?" And I was like, "It's at Carnegie Hall," and they were like, "Really?" And I might just choose them. I got to watch their stuff later. But maybe I'll just choose them to like play while people are
Yeah.
I think it's
seating.
a very nice way to open a big show.
I think it's a great way to open a big show, and it's just a weird New York moment of seeing these guys. They were in a rehearsal space, so they are rehearsing.
Oh, you'd blow their minds.
So how amazing would that be? Like they're like some dude, they didn't know who I was. They were like, "Oh, you're a comedian." And then some one crazy fan like found me at a New York Comedy Club. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm television." So I'm like, see, I'm a comedian. See this sick person that has identified with things I've done.
Yes.
But so it might be like one of those moments where it's like that's the cool shit about the city
You
that
should
I
do it.
love. It's just that those random moments that you don't get other places.
But that's the problem with LA is that guy, that band is waiting for you. Like, where's my
problem with
producer?
LA
Where's my
is
booker?
You'll get an email from that band's manager. going,
Exactly.
So what kind of money are we talking?
Exactly.
What kind of money are we talking?
Here they're like, that's amazing. Carnegie Hall, but
I
there.
had a musical opener at the MSG Theater, and people loved it.
I think it's a good
It was
thing.
really good.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. We're going to figure it out.
Plus, the beginning of a big show is always weird anyway because people are seating and you can't really be doing
Right.
comedy. So music is perfect.
I think music's good.
Yeah, and it's different. People pay. It's like they can kind of still chat a little bit
That's
while
what I'm
still
saying.
enjoying it.
It's kind of good. I was thinking maybe an opera singer. An opera singer might be fun to stand an opera singer there and like
That's
a pianist
cool.
just doing piano and then have like a soprano like singing opera. That's funny also.
That's funny.
So they may win. They may beat the band because it's actually funnier.
Yeah,
Funny
it's
does
so
win.
serious.
Yeah, but imagine that I did put the band on and that it was a great night for them. That's a real New York moment. It's not going to happen.
But Mark and I used to open for Schumer in these big arenas, and
Yeah.
she would have her brother's jazz
right.
trio open it. And it was like a really classy way to open
Yeah,
the show.
it feels
People
like-
loved it.
I had a
think.
Christmas party in LA. We had a jazz trio during the Christmas party. Took it up another notch. Just a
Really?
jazz trio in the corner doing Christmas jazz.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
That's
was
fucking awesome.
It was killer.
We had that at my wedding. Sorry.
I was at a bar once in Sacramento, just like a live kind of. It felt like I was in LA Confidential. It's fucking awesome.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
it feels classier
It's
wherever you
nice.
are.
I like jazz because the people that do it, they go, we're not getting famous, we're not going to get rich, but we love this music so much. We look at it, it's historic, it has importance. We love it, and it's we do it, and we do it at a high level because we love it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really cool type of music.
It's the opposite of comedy.
And
It's the absolute opposite.
Yeah, and it's like you could listen to it while you work, while you just like
Oh,
take
yeah.
a walk, and you could still think. It's fucking.
Right.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Like background noise.
Yeah, you
Yes.
never see a jazz musician like, hey, no one's listening. You know?
No, they're never like, shut up, get off your phone.
Yeah.
Although you do these
clarinet here.
things where like musicians, like I used to not think musicians like could feel a bomb, but I've seen musicians in venues where they just don't acknowledge them at all, and I'm like, that fucking sucks.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you could see it affect the performance. They're not giving them themselves to
Well,
it.
sociopathy is great though, because I've had actors open for me who've asked. They go, "Can I open for you?" And they just go up and they bomb, and they go, "I think that was good." And
Actors try stand-up.
yeah, just for the first time, no jokes, and they get like 1/2 of a laugh in a 5-minute set, which is rough because then there's 4 minutes and 45 seconds of tough.
Yeah.
But then they'll just look at you and go, "I think that was kind of good." So you never know how someone is internalizing it.
Oh, yeah.
Some people have no self-awareness at all. Like, it's one thing to be a really chubby person and wear like really provocative clothes to make a point and go, fuck you. It's another thing to think you look good.
Yeah, of course.
There are those people who go, no, this is hot. And you go, oh, as Christopher Hitchens said, how far the termites have buried and how long and how well they've dined. You know what I mean?
That was powerful.
He had some
You know
good
what
ones.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's like some people just are not. So you're looking at them going, "Oh, I'm in the room and I'm watching this person," but a lot of them are just like, "That was great," because we've all seen comics on stage where like they're not in the room,
Of course.
and
Autopilot.
those are the people you're lighting 8 times. They don't
Yes.
know. They
get mad too. They're like, "I got it."
yeah,
Yeah.
they're in an
And you're like, "Well,
adrenaline
you're doing 24 when you were
Right.
supposed to do 7, so you got
Yeah,
to."
so they don't know. Like my manager said to me, he goes, when you do a 7, when you do a 4. He goes, the awareness is key. It's key to know.
Of
It's
course.
key to walk off stage and go, okay, that one was great. That one was very good.
Awareness might be more
Yeah.
important than funny.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's huge.
good point.
Because if you're funny but you don't know when, or you're not funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Awareness is huge.
Awareness is big, and also
And the delusion in this biz is bananas.
Well, the thing is, you
Off
need
chart.
it. You need it, which is interesting. Like you need it.
In the beginning.
You need it in the beginning, and you don't know how much of it you need. You got to find the level of it that's good,
Yeah.
and then you just got to tinker with it, and then it's helpful. It's one of those things where it's like it's necessary, but it can also kill you.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe it's like rage in a boxer.
Yeah.
You need it in the beginning, but you
course.
also don't want to kill somebody in the ring.
Right.
you got to know,
Because you got to
when
believe these things are possible
Yeah.
when the evidence is saying they're not.
Yes.
Like it's one of those jobs where you tell people for the first few years that you're doing it, and it's like it's a polite. They go, "Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice."
We were talking about a comic last night. It was me, Mark, Colin Quinn, and Jim Norton. We were talking. Quinn was telling a story about this comic who's like, "I got the perfect opener for any benefit," and Quinn saw him do it at a benefit, and it ate shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he ate shit.
Right.
And he didn't realize it.
He thought it went great.
And that's fucking. That's a horrible. Like Quinn was like that. He's had us a great life. He doesn't know.
We had a
I'm like,
guy.
but that's horrible.
Governors once were like young comics. We just came out from the city to do governors. We had a guy sit down. He goes, "Let me tell you about the business." This guy's like, and we're like, okay. And then he does a whole like 20 minutes about like, here's what it is.
Yeah.
And he does this whole thing. He goes, you got to start at the prom shows. And we're like, okay. It couldn't be more wrong, right?
Yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
be more wrong. But he's giving us this whole thing about, he's like, you got to make sure your manager's not, it's this weird, like, and then he got up and just ate it.
Yep.
For 10 minutes, just bombed for 10 minutes, and then came off stage, looked at us, he goes, they were good.
Of course.
The level of insanity is high.
Well, how many comedy teachers? There's these comedy classes.
Yeah.
The teachers are always bombers.
Well,
Yeah.
Jessica Kirsten did one back in the day.
Oh, she did?
Imagine having her as a teacher
She
when,
taught?
you were, when,
She's a
you,
great
when you're an open
okay. I didn't know
micer.
she
Yeah.
taught.
There are exceptions.
I'd say it's 99-1.
I took one when I started, and Joe Mackey was in it with me, and at the time, and
I guarantee you're funnier than the teacher.
probably
Were you in that famous one? It was Racine.
no.
There was one where it was like Racine to Steph. There was like a big one that a lot of people.
It was me and Mackey and no one else who did it. But at the time, you're like, that guy's fucking fun. Random people, you're like,
Yeah.
that was good. I mean,
Well, there's all these people that you'll see at an open mic, right? Who are really funny.
yeah.
There's some people. Some of the funniest people you'll see, you just see like twice.
I
And then
know.
they just disappear, right? Like there are some really funny people. You go, that guy was really funny, or that girl was great, and then they just disappear.
Yeah.
So it is such an interesting thing about like sticking with it
Sure.
is hard
It's tough. It's
because
all
life
rejection.
gets in the way.
Well, there seems to be this chasm between talent and then driven and ambitious and like knowing how to promote yourself.
And you need that now. I feel like
Yeah.
that one's more important now.
I know, but they're rarely both. You really
Right.
see the hilarious guy like this girl you'll see at an open
Yeah.
mic. She doesn't have that business sense.
No, she's like somebody who's like, I got this thing inside of me, I got to get out.
Yeah.
And it's really funny and interesting and different. And then you don't see her again because she hung herself.
Exactly.
But had she not, she might have been,
Well,
he might have been on a remake of Will and Grace.
It's hard to picture Maria Bamford getting off stage and just like handing out business cards.
Exactly.
She's brilliant. You watch her and you go, God, she's brilliant. Like I watch her, man. One of my best moments ever is when she saw me at JFL and she saw the set. And she goes, that was really funny. And I was like, this woman is on another level.
She's amazing.
I just watched her, man. I was
so
like,
original.
It was the coolest thing ever.
And she's very nice. Remember, we hung with her in Vancouver. She was like,
lady.
Oh, she's awesome, dude.
But there is. I mean, that was what they used to tell you. Like, you hand out the business cards.
Oh yeah. Like Kevin Hart is both, but that's rare. Dane Cook,
dude. I knew a guy who had these cards, super hilarious. That was his thing. He was
that's
super
great.
hilarious at Gmail or whatever, and he would go, "Here you go."
Those guys, if you say super hilarious, it's like saying I'm hot and I know it. And you're like, you're 900 pounds. It's never a hot girl with I'm a hot and I know it. It's always overcompensation every time. And then you get these guys, you read their card, it says director, producer, writer, actor, comedian, musician. I'm like, what is this, vaudeville?
You're not. I had one guy hand me a card. He goes, feel it. You can't possibly rip it. I'm like, if that's a thing you paid extra for, maybe don't invest in the business cards.
Work on the act.
There's nothing really,
the card stock.
there's nothing worse than a guy who's been doing it like 7 months. Who's a full business person.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because we all hated that guy.
Oh, yeah.
We were all like, just get pizza. You sign up at the pit. Michelle Wolf will put you up.
There you go.
Try to kill for 2 minutes and shut up.
That's the job.
Don't tell everyone your strategy.
So here's the question. We're talking about delusion and all this and who's funny, who's not. Who's happier, the delusional weirdo or like the
delusional,
the blue collar
delusional guy's
Without
always
question.
happy.
You think? I don't know.
100%.
Ignorance is bliss. They're much happier.
But I think when it kicks in when they're 40, they just eat a gun or eat a bullet.
I know this one guy from Long Island, right? He did like song parodies. This is the funniest thing.
Okay.
He's been a right-wing guy forever, right? He has nothing ever going on in the business ever. He's doing a Facebook Live one day. It's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. He goes like this. He goes, I'm waiting until there's 100 people in here before I because I got a big announcement. He goes, I got a big announcement. I'm going to say it. I don't care.
Oh, no.
He gets like 50 people. He goes, we'll go with this.
Yeah.
So if 50 people get in, he goes, I'm in Hollywood. Now he's standing in front of his house in like Sayville, Long Island.
Yeah.
There's snow covering it. He's got like an old car in the driveway. He goes, I'm in a business where it will hurt me to say what I'm going to say, and I don't care.
Oh,
he goes,
baby.
I'm supporting Donald Trump. He goes, I don't care if I never work again. This is a guy who does song parodies in Long Island bars.
Right.
Not one person thought he was doing anything but supporting Donald Trump. He's like, and it hurts me to busy. He goes, I don't care if I work. He goes, I don't give a shit. He goes, I'm going to hear from people in Hollywood that this is not good for my career. But he goes, I'm supporting Trump. And it's just like, is he happy?
That's what I'm asking.
And he might be.
He seems stressed to make that announcement.
Yeah, he might be, or he might be stressed. But then I think he gets in his car and he goes, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm Lenny Bruce.
I don't care about anything. I told him I'm supporting Trump.
Well, there's the flip side of that of the girl who's like, racism is evil. And you're like, all right, we were in Brooklyn. We all agree with you. You're not a hero.
No one's, even racists don't think they're racist.
Right.
The KKK are just like, we're a community. We just
we're doing the right thing.
We're preserving tradition.
Yes, exactly. Or say with the God hates fags or whatever.
Right.
Those people think they're saving the world.
Right.
No, I've seen I used to do a bit about the fuck racism church, but you're like, no one is against you.
No, you're not strong.
Here's
You're not
what's
brave.
interesting about that. Like that type of comedy, when you think you'll see it, you almost rarely see it. A lot of the people who do it on Twitter all day, when they get on stage, they just do very hacky, bullshit jokes. Like it's not like what you'd think it would be.
Yeah.
Like you'd think they would get up there and do something, but then a lot of it's just very old school, kind of hacky.
80s.
Yeah, you go this is that.
I look like if this guy fucked that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but all day on Twitter, it's politics.
It's like at Mayor Adams, do something.
Right. Right.
And you see their reaction, you're like, oh, whoopee cushions. That
Could
was
you
weird.
imagine? Because there was about a year when those racism is bad that were everywhere. There was a year when that was hot. And it fizzled.
Oh my God, how many of those, you'd be in like Burlington, Vermont, they're like, we support black lives in this store. And I'm like, I feel like all stores support black people.
Yeah, that's a law that was made in 61.
Well,
Maybe not all
There's
of
a
them.
couple of clam bars in Long Island, a little suspect on that.
There might be a bar or two in
Well, there's
Boston, now that I think about it.
there's a Chinese restaurant that I go to in when the black people walk in, the woman goes, "You pay now to go?" I'm like, this seems a bit hostile.
They don't have the bumper sticker there.
Seems
I
a
hear
bit
you.
hostile.
He's like, I'm doing takeout. I paid out online.
yeah.
She's like, pay again. But my point is
The
that
best scene in Don't Be a Menace.
that group that did all that racism is bad, whatever, imagine them at a USO show.
Right.
Could you imagine these fucking people in Iraq? They're getting shot at, and this is the comedy they see.
I
oh
think
my God, I
that
would pay to
gay
see
people should be allowed to get married. You're you're in Soho in a bar show.
Right, yeah.
Not a lot of resistance tonight.
that. Right.
Yeah, it is funny. It is funny, but they'll also go. It'll be funny if it swings the other way. They'll swing with it.
Sure.
So that's what's
Exactly.
fun. Like what's fun about them is like they will just swing with it.
I know.
They'll swing with it.
Yeah.
They'll start doing, hey, are we woke? Or maybe we're a little too woke. Like they'll go from I'm woke to we're a little too woke. Like it's all a pendulum.
But they never go back and go, sorry, I yelled at you.
No,
the
no,
other
no,
year
no.
about being.
No.
not
I
being
did
this.
find those song parody guys so fucking funny when I
No, they
started,
were
though.
funny. He's a funny guy.
I remember there was a guy, I forgot his name, but he had a song where he'd go, I hit a girl and I liked it. And I was like,
So the
you
biggest-
should have seen that pop.
good.
Dude,
Yeah.
one of the biggest comics in Australia, this guy who they told me about in Australia, who sounds like a legend. This guy did a song parody of Meredith Brooks' song "Bitch," and he called it
So I bring Vita out on stage on the road, that song. For real.
"Bloke."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bloke. You know the song?
No.
No.
Well, it's a song parody of "Bitch" by Meredith Brooks. It was so big. It was like they were doing it in stadiums in Australia.
a bitch,
I'm
I'm
a
a
bloke.
lover.
I'm an auger, and I really like your knockers. And he does this whole thing. This guy's like such a legend. He killed someone on his wedding day.
No.
That's what a legend he is. He's a comic. He's in a bar. He gets into a fight. He ends up killing a guy and has to do 6 years. He kills a guy on his wedding day. He comes out of prison and he's doing comedy. He's a legendary comic. He's like really funny. And he does this song called Bloke, Chris Franklin, and it's like actually
Killed him by
pretty
punching him?
Yeah, a few times.
I
maybe.
killed a guy and I liked it.
But this is play a little bit of this because this is actually a funny song parody.
I'll tell you something, he killed that tune.
Oh, yeah. How many views is that?
I don't know, but he's
selling out
He's a
now.
Well, this was back in the day, and they would show up to like he did it in like the AFL Stadium or something in Melbourne, like this massive like 80,000 people. It was crazy.
Wow. And the whole audience is singing it
And
along
they're all going, I'm a blow, so it's like
Wow.
interesting. Australia's a really interesting place.
It
because
is.
You're there and you're like, I love it. And then there's moments where you go, is everyone retarded? Like,
I know,
It's
I
just,
know.
you don't know. It's interesting.
I messaged you about it recently.
I told you you're gonna like it. I have every restaurant you should go to. All
right.
If you're in a zoo,
It's fun.
I've got
will.
You feel
I
very
am in a zoo.
detached, too. You're like, I'm on the other side of the world. No one can get to me.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then are you doing New Zealand?
I'm not.
Okay, because it's
That's
fun
even
to
more
make
detached.
Because you go, then you 4 hours to Auckland, New Zealand. Then you're in New Zealand, and then 4 hours on a plane south of that is Antarctica.
Wow.
It's over. You're the furthest in the South Pacific you can go.
Yeah.
And then is Antarctica. So there's, I love it. Like I always go, like I've gone now twice and I go, I'm never doing it again every time I do the flight.
Yeah.
And then I just always go back.
It's fun.
It's one of
dreading
those things where it's like, I really like it when I'm there and I love the comics. Like
Right.
Nick Cody's great. Luke
The
Hegge's
flight from
great.
LA sucks. I mean, I'm going from New York. I'm fucking dreading that shit.
I mean,
it's a bitch.
that's, by the way, that's inhuman. How are you laying over in LA or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or SF.
Put a day. Are you doing it all in one day?
No, just
Yeah.
get it over with. Just get it
Okay,
over
yeah,
with. That's what I
maybe.
did.
Maybe.
I'll pop a muscle relaxer on the second one. I'll knock out.
And you got
Yeah.
movies, you got food.
Well,
you
so
know.
what's interesting is I stayed up like a whole day. I go in. She's like, we can serve you the food whenever. I go, I'm just going to conk out. So I conked out. I wake up and I'm like, shit, I've been asleep 6 hours. I'm like, that's great. I woke up to her. I go, well, that's really good. I've never slept 6 hours on a plane. She goes, yeah. She goes, we're doing good. She goes, we only got like 9 hours left.
Oh, my
So then
God.
you're like, oh, this is, and then you look at where you're over and it's like the Mariana Trench.
Yes,
You're not over
yes.
anything. You're like, God, I hope the plane's working.
I know, you feel lost.
Those flights over the Pacific, you're like, I really hope everything's in working order.
That's when you need that guy from Mohegan to cry on you.
And we hit turbulence.
You're like, I need a dad right now.
And we hit turbulence in them, and you're like, it's turbulent, and you're in the, but they're just like, it's normal, it always happens. And you're in a Boeing 777, which is a beautiful plane.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best you can get, stunning.
I did I did Auckland, and it was the wildest crowd I've ever had.
They're great.
They're great. It was
Yeah, they're
awesome,
good.
but they threw drugs on stage.
Oh, interesting.
I do a Q&A at the end. They yelled shit out where I was like, I'm offended.
No,
You know, it's
they
crazy.
It's like it's the end of the world.
Yes.
You're at the end of the world. They call it. It's an island of volcanoes.
Right.
I mean, they're all just sitting there waiting for the big one. So it's kind of amazing.
And there's beautiful parts. Like the nature there is unreal.
Dude,
They
it's
shot
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Jurassic Park. But then I stayed by the casino.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, because
it's
you know what
dicey.
it is? It's a certain type of person that you like.
There's a native in their blood.
Yeah, there's
you know.
They have some, and it's like they have a squawking voice. It's like, and it's like it's something weird starts to happen with the booze and like their medulla oblongata, or like the back of their neck, and the way they're like, it's like a different kind of bird. You're like, this is like a weird.
It's a weird group.
It's a weird group, but I'm into it. They're very different, even though they look. It's similar in a way, but it's off. There was a show called Sliders in the 90s.
I remember that.
With Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, yeah, the time travel.
And Sliders was, and Louis kind of talks about Australia like this too, where you're there and you're like, it's almost our world.
Right.
And then Louis says, like a weird parrot will fly by. So Sliders was just, they kept trying to get back to their world, and every time they'd slide into another dimension. Some of them would obviously not be theirs. Like, it would be like dinosaurs. But then some of them you'd be like, oh, this is our world. And then it's like somebody's like head would like do a full 360. You go, oh, we're not. Oh,
yeah. Wow, Sliders.
Yeah.
What a pull. You're always talking about food.
So, this is my recommendation, by the way. I'm supposed to have a recommendation. It's
What do you
Sliders.
watch? What do you watch for real? I don't even know.
You feel
this
like a
guy.
documentary guy.
Well, sometimes, but I love really crap stuff. too.
Selling Sunset?
I'll watch Selling Sunset the whole season.
So hot. I
can see
jerk
that,
off to
actually.
that.
I'll watch it to the two midgets, right? The thing, but I like I'll watch like Santa Clarita Diet. Where like Drew Barrymore is like a zombie. I'll also watch the great things, The Wires, The Sopranos, that House of Cards, the first couple of seasons, but like Bloodline's good on Netflix. You know,
I don't know
Netflix
Bloodline.
original. That's a good with Ben Mendelsohn, who's great.
Oh, he's good.
He's one of the
yeah.
best actors, and Bloodline is really, really good. If you haven't watched Bloodline on Netflix, it's slow, but it's good. Sissy Spacek,
what's his
Kyle
name from Wolf of
Chandler,
Wall
Ben
Street?
Mendelsohn, Linda Cardellini.
Nice.
It's a really good show. And I love Florida, so to me, I could kind of just watch a show about
I do kind of love Florida too.
Dude,
Well, Florida's
by
great.
the
People
way,
make fun of me for
is
how
there
often I
anything-
gig there.
Is
That's
there
our New
anything
Zealand.
better than after Side Splitters, a nice rain? Like a nice rain, right?
You got Hemingway on us there.
Yeah,
I kind of love Tampa crowds though.
I love
crowds are the
Tampa,
best.
dude. I love the food in Tampa.
Yeah.
It's just like coconut shrimp and
The best.
It's nuts. It's fun.
Yeah, some of the best sets of my life are probably at
Dude.
Side
Oh,
Splitters.
same.
It's amazing.
Because they're
Yeah.
kind of down the middle, and you can't offend them. There's
Yes.
nothing you can say that'll so you'll go harder.
Yeah.
And then it's like the best set you'll
I had
have.
a thing I was used to riff about, like
Great club.
how many like pay by the hour motels that are around there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, my friend's really like, hey, she's from Tampa, she's trying to defend it. She goes, yeah, well, a lot of people like are going to Busch Gardens. That's where they stay. I go, that's not what kind of family is staying in a pay by the hour motel?
Yeah.
To go to Busch Gardens. I mean, it's like, so Tampa has like a seedy, dark underbelly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I've always liked.
I've been there.
Did my
Yeah.
bachelor party there for that reason.
I've always
Nebraska
liked it
Avenue.
and respected
Oof.
that. Yeah.
That area.
Ybor City.
Oh, my
Chickens
God.
running around in the street.
Yes.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Great time.
I think it's good.
It feels like where you would be a boat, like PI.
Miami to me,
Yeah.
I love Miami, but Miami's very much like it's like global and sexy
worst
and this,
crowds ever.
and the crowds are not good. But Tampa, you're like, this is designed for comedy.
Yes.
It's designed for comedy.
There's real people there.
There's real people there.
Yeah, Miami's
Fort Lauderdale, great crowds. It's something about
Yes.
Florida. Yeah, Orlando's great crowds. They all.
Florida's good, man. Miami Improv can be fun too. They can get a little wild,
Yeah,
but
just
the
that
crowds
could
are
be
just fucking
fun.
They're coked
always
up.
30 minutes late and on coke.
Yeah.
They are late.
And they don't pay attention. They're not like working people. They're like influencers and shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's Latino LA, basically.
yeah, it's interesting.
So LA. It's like
Yeah.
Good point. It's Cuban LA.
There we go.
There we go.
Jacksonville too, like St. Augustine, all that. They're all pretty good.
They're great. They're great. Yeah, they're fun people. It's hurricanes, it's Jews, it's old people, it's Cubans.
No, we need
Hulk Hogan.
Florida's like the weird soul of our country in a weird way. We need it, even though it is crazy.
You ever go to Key West?
No.
I've never been there.
Oh,
Have
it's
you
Florida
done Tom
on
Dustin's
steroids.
Room?
I have.
I got it. I want.
It's worth doing. Just
Yeah, I
because you
wanna
get on
do
a
it.
jet ski, you wake up,
it's
you
beautiful.
live like a PI. Everyone there is drunk. Everyone's ran over a kid in '89. They fled to Key West. You know, it's
No one in Key West is not running away. From
No.
it. Everyone is.
It's all right. They all think they're Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
They're all sunbaked and brown and
But
wrinkled.
by the way, no one who
pickled.
lives like that regrets it.
No.
You'll never meet a guy in Florida who's living that life who's like, man, I wish I was in Chicago.
No.
one, no one
No.
on a boat in Florida wants to be anywhere else.
You got that right.
Yeah.
Good movie rec, by the way. I bet you've seen it. Key Largo.
Oh, no,
Never heard of
Bogart and Edward G. Robinson and Lauren Bacall. Great fucking flick.
Really?
From the real.
But Florida does bring out the worst parts
yeah.
of you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you ever live there, you gotta, or even spend a lot of time there, you just gotta be ready to confront that.
Yeah.
You know, because it will bring out the part of you, the primal darkness.
Yes. You
It does. It
blow
does.
off a guy's ass.
You know, you'll be doing something.
Yeah.
I've had some dark nights there for sure.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
Florida,
baby.
The late night drinking. Yeah, I definitely.
I was at the Don Cesar, which is a great hotel in St. Pete Beach, and they were all getting ready for the hurricane. There's this guy outside drunk, and he just looked at me as a guy. He's like, "Let it come," you know. And so that's kind of what it is. He goes, "Let it come."
It's like Lieutenant Dan on the boat. Like, come on, that's all you got.
It's like that's what you just gotta, you know. It's fatalism down there. You're like, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
If I end up in the mangroves, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's what it's a weird combination of paradise, but the world might end.
Yes.
But it's
with
people that go
crazies.
there to die. So you have that energy too. It's people
True.
that are like, I've given up, or I know I'm in the final stage and I just want to be me.
Right.
I want to be me. Like I have a friend who moved down there and she is, you know, insane now, fully insane. She's not old, but she's like middle-aged, and she's went down there. And the thing about Florida is you start acting years older than you are when you start living there. It's weird. So if you go down there and you're like 40s, you start acting like you're a retiree.
Uh-huh.
And she's just, you know, she's a lot of fun, but me and Big J are really good friends with this person, and we love her because she's one of the funniest people in the world.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Crazy Michelle.
Yeah.
So Crazy Michelle said the funniest thing we've ever heard. She sat me and Big J down years ago in Chiconi's in West Hollywood. She looked at both of us and said, without any hint of irony, she goes, I feel horrible for Harvey Weinstein.
Wow.
It was the best. She goes,
Wow.
I've lived here 20 years. These whores, they lie. And me and Jay laughed so hard. I put up a picture of Jeffrey Epstein on my story once. She just had no idea who he was, and she just responded, gorgeous. So that's how out of it she is. And she's down there in Florida, and we still love her.
I guess
but
removed from all the allegations.
she's just
He was a handsome man.
she
guy.
goes gorgeous. But she's just down there in Florida, you know, living that Florida life.
Gorgeous.
She goes, gorgeous. Yeah, she goes, gorgeous.
Wow.
But she's
He
down
was the
there.
king of Florida.
Yeah, she's
That's
down there
true.
in Florida now, just kind of like, she hangs out with like a nun.
Oh, yeah.
She has one of her best friends is like a nun, and I'll call her and she's like, yeah, I'm at the nun's house. It just gets wild.
Yeah, it's weird.
She rides around on a golf cart all day. You know?
Yeah.
She's married to a comedian we know.
I know him.
really?
Yeah.
I
know, it's
you know him. Yeah, I sat next to him on a flight once. Nicest guy.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
I'm curious now.
We'll talk after.
All right. We got to get down to Florida. I'm going to Tampa in January. I'm pumped now.
going
It's a
Florida in
party.
December. I
Hell
got
yeah.
Fort Myers and Tampa.
And then you got St. Pete right there, and it's beautiful.
Oh, it's
and
great.
Fort
St.
Myers is
Pete's
rough.
great.
Scientology's over there.
Clearwater, everything's nice.
Fort
The
Myers,
crime
I
law.
did a club called Belushi's once, and it was one of those like hell gigs where I bombed every show.
Yeah.
And it's so Florida that the bartender at the end of the weekend just goes, "Kid, you deserve better." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was one of those gigs where they just wouldn't pay me. It was one of the-
Right.
I was like, you know, I have like a 6 a.m. flight, and they're just waiting around for like they're like, "We'll get you," and I'm like, "It's 2 a.m. Please."
Every bartender in Florida has seen the darkest things imaginable.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they could be 22. They've seen everything.
Yep.
They have the face of like a weathered divorcee.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, yeah, we've seen things in this bar that you can't even imagine. You know?
Myrtle Beach has a little stank on it, too.
Yeah.
So does Virginia Beach. I don't know if you've ever been there. But
both are pretty terrible.
I've never
Myrtle
done
Beach is
Virginia Beach.
disgusting.
I'm always
it's tough.
scared of that. I just feel like people have like penis hats.
There's a
There
lot
was
of
a
that.
club
bachelorette parties. And
There was a club in Myrtle Beach called what was the name of that club? Was it just Carolina Comedy Club?
Yes, that was it.
Oh my God! I remember
never
it was
did
the
it.
worst weekend ever. I
Really?
can't. It was like every table was drinking a Long Island iced tea. I've never seen it in my life. Just trays of Long Island.
some of
iced
it's
teas.
like some of those beach communities are fun. Like Dead Crow is great.
That's a great
different.
town.
That's like a
Wilmington.
more,
That's a whole different
That's a
game.
nicer vibe.
And remember the guy? There used to be like a conspiracy
Wilmington.
museum there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was cool.
But that's what they filmed like Iron Man there. Wilmington's
Really?
a nice.
That's a
Wilmington's
cute town.
really cool. Yeah.
I had sex with the owner of that club. Good guy.
Timmy.
Yeah.
It's a lovely gentleman.
A sad beach town like AC
That's
is
tough.
sad.
That's
AC,
tough.
I like AC, but it's Vegas with AIDS.
Yeah, you can't really walk out there anymore.
You can't.
Even the seagulls kind of look like they have AIDS there.
Yes.
It's rough.
Everything's dingy. No one's fucking painting
Atlantic
anything.
City is no one there is up to anything good.
No.
Have you ever tried to get I had to get a
Yeah.
prescription filled there once.
Oh.
It's The Walking Dead.
You want to talk about
It's
crazy.
fucking
Mike
dangerous.
Lawrence's bachelor party. Me, Scott Chaplin, Sean Donnelly, Mike Lawrence.
Yeah.
In the what was it? The one that closed down, the Showboat or something.
Oh, yeah.
The one that was like clown themed.
Yeah.
And it was. I mean, it was just tough.
Why would he do it there?
And Racine, I think, was there. I don't know. He just wanted to see Atlantic City. You know,
Yikes.
Mike, it was like darkly poetic.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like.
Of course.
We were talking about Mike the other day. He's kind of a savant. I mean, he
brilliant. Really
brilliant,
joke writer.
brilliant.
Yeah, he's really a funny fucker.
What about Off the Hook? I know that you're not a.
I hate it. That was the worst weekend.
I've
maybe
never
ever.
done it.
I haven't either.
I had a horrible time there. It was one of those weekends where they just wouldn't. I couldn't. R.I.P. Eric Myers, who was opening for me.
Yeah,
that
he was
weekend.
great. Really
killed
funny
him.
guy.
Oh my god.
Talk about how
did
bad
it.
the weekend was.
He was burying me too. I mean, he was like high energy, and a lot of his jokes were like "young people suck," and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to follow that.
right,
for
right.
Florida.
I mean, it was murdering.
Yeah.
I mean, murdering is as much you could do it with them.
Hilarious guy.
I remember going up.
Yeah, he was
He was
really
very funny and a very nice guy. And oh my god, was I bombing? It was like. It was one of those gigs where you're like, all right, well, I'm just going to fucking play the greatest hits. Fuck it. These are all my best jokes I've ever written, the most broad jokes.
Yeah.
These all worked on late night. These all, you know,
Right.
and I'm still bombing. It's like,
Yeah.
it's one of the things where I'm like, I can't, you just feel like you're drowning the whole set.
Yep.
And I remember wishing death on multiple old men. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And they just don't, it wasn't,
It's tough, and then you're like, you
Naples
feel
is
like
bad.
Naples is not ideal for comedy.
no, they're fucking.
You know what was great though was the Palm Beach Improv.
Yeah, they closed.
They closed.
They closed?
Which is
That was a
sad.
great close.
Yeah,
Closed?
but it's. I know it's
I had
sad.
some great nights
That was
there.
a great
It's one
club.
of the greatest gigs for me because I think Palm Beach is great.
Yeah, I
and
love
you
it.
just go to the beach and everybody's insanely rich, but in a fun, crazy way.
Yeah,
like they're all
coked up.
Trumpies and they're all driving pink Rolls Royces.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And they're like nuts, and it's fun.
I love that gig. Yeah,
It's a
Vita loved
gig.
that
It's
gig. We go to
great
Pura
gig.
Vita every meal.
Oh, yeah, it's a
amazing.
great
fucking,
gig.
just great.
I had a show there once. The guy in the front row, he had a table of like 12 Twinks.
Yeah.
And he had what was that? Versace. All Versace.
Yeah.
And he's like, another bottle of champagne. And they were pouring it in his mouth. And he's like, dance, bitch. I'm like, I'm trying to do my bit about cereal. But he was just, he ran the whole show. He he was the mayor.
No, it's crazy. You've got people there. We had a table of just old, drunk, like bawdy women.
Oh, geez.
Like those type of
The
ladies
worst.
who are like, you better be funny. Like, where did they come from? Like, hell opened up and they just emerged.
It's like a Far Side
But
cartoon.
it's fun because all you need to do is shit on them once and they're like, great.
Yeah.
That's what they came
it out of the
for.
way, yeah.
They came to get called a cunt or something.
Right.
Quick. That's what they came.
We got the Real Housewives of St. Pete. They're
That's
like,
right.
"Ah, you got that
That's
right.
right. Exactly. You know?
Yeah, those are fun though. Those
They're
are
fun. They're the
gigs.
best gigs. I love
Other
those.
than Naples, I would say I kind of do love every gig in Florida.
Sure.
Florida's amazing.
It's a good escape too. You get why people move there from New York. All the snowbirds.
I don't know if that Belushi's Club is still around. Look it up; it's still around.
Florida's
that
what
was a rough
Arizona
one.
could be,
But
but it isn't.
there's no water.
There's no ocean. You need an ocean.
You need the ocean.
because the Arizona, the Stand Up Live, I love. It's one of my favorite clubs.
I
in the
love
world.
Great
it.
club.
Yeah.
But just Arizona, when you're driving around and everything like that, you're like they become lizard-like. The people,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like kind of sun-baked brain, like
They're open carry.
yeah. So with Florida, you just it's a little nice.
Still there?
Yeah.
Holy
course.
shit!
It was rough.
Nothing dies out there.
I wonder how much he knows about the club.
Who?
Belushi.
Oh,
His business manager calls him every now and then and goes, well,
yeah. Why are they naming it after a guy? That's so weird.
I probably sells tickets.
That's like, hey, we got. Do you ever do a Ackroyd's? In Akron, we got Ackroyd's over here, and we got.
have you done Brad Garrett's? Have you done any of like the named after a comedian club?
I did the Kimmel. I popped it on the Kimmel Club once, and that's pretty good in Vegas.
Garrett's is a famously decent one. I hear a great guy.
Yeah, he's probably a great guy. I've never been there. I've never seen any of those.
What a horrible idea to open a comedy club as a funny guy.
Yeah,
That seems you got to do inventory and deal with
I will say watching
people.
Joe do it was interesting because like
Oh shit,
he
Joe.
was able to
Good point. Well, he's a zillionaire.
Well, yeah, because he had the money to do it exactly the way he wanted.
Exactly. And he goes up there.
And he goes up there, and it's such a better, like, it's amazing. Instead of being on the road forever, it's just got his family. It's like, oh, I have a club. I
That's
can go do
true.
work. It's really cool.
It's kind of a secret weapon. He's doing 2 hours a night on a Tuesday in front of a full house.
I gotta get there.
You haven't been there?
Every weekend
How
they offer me. Every weekend they
How
offer me. I'm
disrespectful.
booked till I tape.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do weekdays, but they're like,
Yeah.
it's just
You
weekends.
go, it's just a scenic casino in the back. Everybody's sitting, having like an Italian dinner in like the back. You come in, everyone looks. You're like, okay, New York guy. Huh?
It's about time.
It's about time.
I want to do it.
But yeah, where are you going to be? I know you got Carnegie Hall tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, in December. This comes out December, right?
Oh, wow, nice. I love that. I have to do a topical thing, so I can't ever get ahead.
Oh, you
So
got to bank.
I can't bank. I have to do topical. December, go scroll down. I have no idea. Yeah, December, Detroit,
Nice.
Toronto, the Mothership,
There you go.
Columbus, Bethlehem, and Washington D.C.,
I think
Ohio,
that
San
Bethlehem
Antonio,
room is
Dallas,
great.
Atlanta, St. Louis, Indianapolis, and Boston, Foxwoods.
AC, rounding it out.
Rounding it out AC with no material. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's like
Something will happen in the world.
something will happen in the world.
I heard you were doing the Apollo.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting. I'm coming back. We're not doing that. It's not right. I
miss some of those dudes.
Where is he?
I don't know.
He's around.
All right, what do you got there,
I
Fatty?
just got Tampa, as I said, Fort Myers, Buffalo, Springfield,
Buffalo, Springfield.
Madison, Philly, Dania Beach, Omaha, Dallas, OKC, Irvine, Salt Lake City.
When you're in
and then
Irvine, we'll hang out.
There we
Let
go.
me know because no one ever comes to LA anymore.
I'll be there, and and then I'm taping in Boston. That'll
I'll
be great.
drive down to Irvine because it's not that far.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's hang, please.
There's some good restaurants down there.
It's fun. You can have fun there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that room.
It's funny when you drive to Irvine, that Orange County, there's a line where the roads get better.
Yeah.
There's plants everywhere.
Right.
The buildings are prettier. All right. Hey, what do we got here? Crest in Sacramento. We added a show. Omaha, Kansas City, Norfolk, Baltimore, Birmingham, Shreveport, Tampa, Jacksonville. Coming to Florida, baby. Columbus, Indianapolis, New York at the Beacon, Houston, San Antonio, Texas, Salt Lake. marknormandcomedy.com. Check it out. Get some Bodega Cat. Listen to Tim's podcast.
Please.
It's hilarious.
one of our faves. I was really happy when I
No,
had you in town,
dude,
man.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for doing it. And Winnie's still kicking. Pissy
She's
Elliott.
still kicking, man.
And
How old is she?
16.
She's very sweet.
thanks a lot, folks.
Good night.
Oh, dude.
That was fun.
What a-
That was a good one.